All right, guys. You were all robbed of the greatest evil puff video ever because I was ready to record Saturday night, but Shiki didn't want to for some weird reason. I can't quite say it. I don't know. He just
I
wasn't
had
feeling it, I guess.
I had been up for over 13 hours with 4 hours of sleep, and Puff came in claiming he wasn't drunk and he wasn't wasted, but claiming he wasn't buzzed was an objective
It
lie.
was just a birthday party, you know. It was really
Also,
just a lot of
we
shit.
were like we were like 40 minutes from finishing a movie when you showed up. We were quite busy.
All right, listen. Live action was the serious topic. I was so ready to do it,
Yeah,
Buzz. But
but I
anyway,
want my thoughts to be a little more put together than
all
that.
right. So, what'd you think of season 2 of Netflix's live action One Piece remake? Woo.
Before anything, we need to be transparent. We cheated, guys. We cheated. We
We
cheated.
did.
We're sorry. Um, Outside of very important scenes, and then the last 20 minutes, we watched this with the Japanese dub, so we got the original voice actors.
Yeah, it made it a lot more bearable, honestly. You know, just like hearing
Yes,
like
because
the
because
anime
no
voice
matter how
actors.
out of character they are, hearing Luffy sound like Luffy is like, oh, thank God. Or like when Roger and Garp laugh and it's Roger and Garp's VAs, it's like, oh my God, I hate this scene. But like, oh my God, I get to hear Roger and Garp's VAs laugh together. Oh, yeah, oh my God.
I'm really glad we did just because of that one thing that you caught with
Yeah,
Igaram
yeah, we'll
and
get to that. We'll get to
all
that
right, all
fucking
right.
thing. That was
Anyway, so
hilarious.
if I had to condense my thoughts on this season, it's like it kind of like marginally improved on some things, but like the core problems just compounded and got worse. So if you like season 1, you're gonna like it, but if you didn't like season 1, you're gonna hate this one more probably. uh,
All right, so here is mine. Mine is I hate it and it makes me angry. But it was because like to me the live action is mainly two things, very rarely a third thing. Thing one, boring abridged recreation of the manga. That's what that's what episode 1 of season 1 is. That's what the chopper flashback in season 2 is. They're not offensive, they're not horrible, but they're also not interesting. I get nothing out of them. They're boring. Cuz like I've already have the anime if I want to see it with voice acting and color, and I already have the manga if I want it to be good. So like why the fuck am I here? And then we have bad and makes me angry, which is most of it. Where it's like the acting annoys me, the the choices they make will never make any fucking sense to me. Then we have the very, very, very rare. Oh, that's an interesting change.
yeah, there's
In
like
season
3 of
one, it
those
was
this
mainly
season.
we like Kelmeppo. In this season, I guess we won't say what, but Tashiki, like they're not done yet, but like what they're doing with her might be interesting.
Maybe.
They might. It's the only thing that didn't outright tick me. Okay, never mind.
There was
That's
one
because
part of it that ticked you off. Yeah.
everything in Logtown was bad.
All right, so let's get off with the first problem that like just kind of got worse the season went is why are Baroque Works pirates?
They're called pirates, and it's super strange. Because, like, no, here, we'll just go episode by episode. Yeah, episode 1 starts with Baroque Works raiding Shellstown. It's it's weird because for several reasons. One, what you brought up, Baroque Works is like a fucking active terror cell, and they're called pirates. And like you could say in canon, the Marines assume it's pirates because they're being attacked, but like that's a horrible introduction because we are not supposed to think of of them as pirates. They are outright a secret bounty hunter organization. That's why the only person on the Straw Hats who knows about them is Zoro, because he was a bounty hunter. And they said, hey, want to join our bounty hunter organization, fellow bounty hunter?
And the thing is, like, it creates plot hole. I remember back in the day, like back on Amino, we'd constantly correct people, be like, dude, when we getting a bounty hunter arc? Where's the Benz? It's Baroque Works. Baroque Works for
Baroque
bounty
Works,
hunter.
yes, everyone in Baroque Works besides Crocodile is a bounty hunter.
Yeah, so it's like I feel like the whoever wrote season 2 like was going off the vague memory. That's how it felt. They were going for the vague memory of watching
Yes,
the
it
anime
felt
for
like
the first time.
hindsight. Like in hindsight, we call them Crocodile's crew, but they
Yeah.
are a secret organization of bounty hunters that he is pulling the strings of. They aren't his fucking crew. That guy doesn't have a crew.
Yeah, and like this whole like scene of the raiding the marine base, the opening scene makes like no sense to me because like
Kong is there.
yeah, okay, whatever, ignore that. Just that if if Baroque Works is just going to be outright pirates and terrorists, why not just be Crocodile's pirate crew? Show up to them and say, "Hey, we work for Crocodile the Warlord. Show us your morgue." Can you not get that? He has the authority to do that. Blackbeard was able to walk into Impel Down because he had Warlord authority.
Crocodile was able to get sea stone prison cells. He can't ask to see one corpse of one pirate in the East Blue. Of course he can. It's also bullshit because they're sending Miss they're sending Miss All Sunday, Mr. Five, and Miss Valentine to go investigate the death of Mr. Seven? Like, it's weird because, like, they say it. Mr. 11 says it. Their motto is mystery. They, outside of partners and then, like, the goons, so, like, 6 and up, the fucking scrubs, 5 and under don't meet each other because they are high-ranking, competent, trusted members who do not need to get together. There's literally a thing where, like, Mr. Five's introduction is, like, literally the opposite of what it is in this. Where in this, he's just, like, Robin's goon walking behind her. Whereas in the OG, he shows up, and Vivi pretending to be, Vivi and Eigor pretending to be still loyal to Baroque Works is like, oh, good, you've come to help us defeat the samurai. And he says, why the hell would I come to help you clean up this mess? And, like, among them is Mr. 8, so one above 7. So very clearly, they don't give a shit. Because, like, yeah, they will, because like it's even stated later in the live action, failing is enough for Crocodile to off Mr. 3. So why are they so worried about Mr. 7?
I like honestly, it's like just because it's different doesn't mean that it's bad, but like I feel like this kind of like
feels pointless.
all these changes felt pointless and they only serve to raise more questions that I doubt season 3 will bother answering. Because like why they do this? It just felt like what you said, the hindsight bias. Like, oh, it's Crocodile's crew, so why even try and hide it? They're Crocodile's gang. They're pirates. They're terror. Whatever.
Yeah. All right. Let me look at what else I wrote. Robin massacring people isn't bad in that she literally is a hitman. She's an assassin. She's killed people. But I think it's meaningful that in the manga, our introduction to Robin is her supposedly killing Igor and then fucking with Luffy, telling him to go to Alabasta and then leaving. Because we later learn she hated Crocodile. She wanted him to lose. She faked killing Igor. And it's like, it kind of gives the impression Robin saw Luffy and Zoro fucking obliterate Five and Valentine and thought, oh, maybe. Because that's how she protected Igor, to try and help Alabasta's like claim to try and rebuild itself. So like it's very meaningful. It's like, oh, she's not as bad as she seems in everything she does. In the OG, no, she's just fucking insane. It's like,
No,
yes, Robin does kill people, but like first impressions are important. They tell you things about character.
yeah, I feel like they just laid it on way too thick that Robin was gonna turn coat this season.
Oh,
Like
it's
her that
because she
talking with
shows up
Vivi
like almost every episode.
I know it just
I think what was really too thick was Drum.
definitely the scene where she's talking to Vivi
like,
about
Vivi,
like,
are
oh,
you gonna beat Wapple? Are you gonna beat Wapple for us? It's like, why are you asking? Other than you want her to.
Yeah, I know. It's like, like if there was even a modicum of loyalty to Crocodile, you would have captured her by now. You're making it too obvious.
Because in the original, like the first hint we get is when Vivi says, we figured out who Crocodile was because we followed Robin. And Robin says, I let you. And Vivi said, I know. And it's like, oh, okay. So in your head, you're like, oh, because like as a first time reader, you're like, oh, Robin let her follow her to capture her, to try and figure out her identity because she was suspicious of her. But then later you learn, no, Robin did that to try and fuck over Crocodile. And you're like, oh, okay, that's very smooth. It's something that does that, something that makes sense if she's loyal, but makes more sense if she's disloyal. Her just egging on Vivi to go fight Wapple is like, what? Why are you here? Go home.
Yeah, I
Fuck
know.
off,
Like I
Robin.
feel I know a lot of us forget. But like Robin was like Vivi was supposed to be like a red herring for Robin joining the crew. So like the fact that you're making it this obvious this early on that yes she's a good guy, yes she's gonna turn coat is just takes some of the fun out of it.
No,
I
because the
think.
thing is, if we want to do outright hindsight bias, change it more. Have her defect sooner. Have her work with Vivi if you're going to try and do something new and different. They don't do something new and different. they gesture at it while doing the original, which just means they're doing a worse, less subtle version of the original. Less subtle in a manga aimed at 12-year-olds.
Yeah, I know. I feel like this is the weird attitude I felt they had this whole season. Like they're sacrificing like short term like quality for like long term references and stuff. You know, you get like Kong there, you get like Garp the hero of God and stuff like that. But then like on the other hand, with a bunch of other plot elements, they have like this "we'll cross this bridge when we get to it" mindset with it. Where it's like, well,
It's
you're not ready
even,
for that.
they
Like,
know they're never getting to the
I
bridge.
know, like that's what I mean. Like it feels like this. It feels like such a defeatist thing. Like, oh, they're not even trying to make it good. They're just trying to cram as many references in as possible now.
Yeah, which is, I guess, what I'm going to clarify. The two ways you can really view all of the fan servicey scenes are either A, listen, man, they know they're fucked, so they want to cram in as much cool stuff as they can, or B, view it as a serious writing decision under the idea that this is trying to be a real story. And I'm going to do the latter because if it's the former, then fuck you, go make live action Strong World and don't ruin
No, no,
my
no, no,
time
no.
with this
Make
shit.
Stampede. Live action
That's
Stampede
what I
is
meant. I
where it's
meant
at.
Stampede. I misspoke. Yeah, go make live action Stampede if all you want to do is do cute references and fan service, but with real people. If you're trying to do earnest storytelling decisions, fucking do those because that's not what these fan service moments are.
like, I,
Speaking
that's
of,
the weird thing. I just want to talk to say like I'm so glad that it feels like more people hate season 2 than 1 because like I thought I was going crazy with the reception. Season like guys, I thought we all agreed as like a species that like live action remakes suck 99.9% of the time and they deserve no
but
sympathy
this one is
whatsoever.
good because Oda said because Oda said it's okay.
Awesome, cool.
We'll get to that. Anyway, next, let me just scroll through some notes. Oh, immediately the live action reminds me that I hate this Luffy because Nami says they're talking about going to Logtown, and Luffy's like, "What's Logtown?" And Nami says, "Oh, it's a place full of death." And Luffy says, "I don't want to go there." And it's like, I fucking hate you.
It's not
What have
bad
you
because
done
it's
with my
different. It's
man?
bad because it doesn't do good things. So like the fact
No,
that
we'll
it
get to it, but
changed
it
is
was just a
bad.
reminder. It's like, oh yeah, this is this Luffy.
Yeah.
So then we go to Logtown. We get a flashback of Garp and Roger, and I hate it. I hate what they're doing with Roger.
All right.
They are doing something new and different, and I think it's bad.
I can at least like understand what's like okay, like you know, Ace. I thought Ace was gonna appear like at the end of the season as like a
But
teaser or
no, it's
whatever.
just
But
a red herring for Luffy. It's just what's weird is people already assumed Luffy was Roger's secret son without any foreshadowing. So trying to like feed it to you is like this feels really unnecessary.
yeah, I feel like the thing is like it was more believable even like when you didn't reveal Garp in the second fucking episode of the whole show because when all you knew was okay, Monkey D. Luffy, he was raised in some place called Fuchsia Village, and then you learned oh he has the same middle initial as Goldie Roger. That's weird. And then like 300 chapters later, you meet Monkey D. Garp, be like, wait, this guy fought Roger?
And
Were they
then
like
Garp says, "By the way,
related?
your dad is Dragon," and it's like, "Oh, the Roger theory is dead,"
Yeah.
and you're just like, "Huh? How about that?"
But here it also feels like they killed it in the crib while also trying to tease it because then it's like, well,
Yeah.
Garp and Roger aren't talking like they're like siblings or whatever. So it's like we're
No, but the idea is, I guess the idea is here Garp isn't related to Luffy, which what? How? I guess that would be it. It's that Garp isn't related to Luffy, but it's like that's nonsense. Next is here.
also
What's
this is another thing that
Roger
like
said I loved the verbal sparring the most, and it's like God, is he a pussy just like Luffy? Does he also not know how to fight?
oh man, like I get that like a lot of people can point like, dude, they foreshadowed thing earlier. That's good, but like I really
But
do
like they're not
think
getting to it, so it's not foreshadowing. It's fucking dangling keys in front of you.
I know, but like I really do feel like okay, so anyone who genuinely likes this, do you think it's a good thing that they're like already eroding the mystique around Roger's character like already at season
What you
2?
point out is we learn about Roger in reverse order in a very interesting way, where we learn about him as the legend, and as the legend is broken down, we see more and more of him as just a regular human guy. Because even stuff like when we see him offer Garp Ace, it's not this grand thing where Roger says, "You're a good man, fuck you," and all that. and like Garp goes in his cell, which I think is interesting. Because in the OG, Roger is just leaning through the cell, being like, "Hey Garp, guess what? I have a kid. He's yours." Ha! And Garp's like, "What the fuck?" Like, Garp doesn't really get a chance to argue, and it's like he's still this larger than life figure. We don't really understand him yet. And I feel like trading that out for just I love the verbal sparring is like it doesn't feel like a change that's interesting. It just feels like a change for the sake of a change.
Yeah. I also think this is one thing that I think really helped in like the first half of the story is that like we don't really get like a scene with Roger in it. It's always people talking about him first. Like in the
Yes.
opening scene, it's like wealth, fame, power. Then in Logtown, you have like Smoker being like, "Damn, I remember seeing him executed that day." And then like Rayleigh talking about him in Logtown, leading up to his death and stuff. And then like the first time, I'm pretty sure was was like that Garp scene where like he was talking with him in the cell, right?
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then like the
I think
second
so.
one was like I think Rayleigh having the flashback to when
Rayleigh
they
having
met.
that mindful flashback, yeah.
Yeah,
Um, then let's be nice for a second. An anniversary of the execution of Roger is fucking hilarious.
it's a
Um,
funny idea.
and Usopp telling Nami to buy that encyclopedia was actually a really cute scene.
Yeah, like the
Like,
thing
it's
is
like
like I
it's
feel
trying to
like
get her to reclaim the map books that are associated with trauma in her childhood and trying to use it as like an empowering thing. It's like that's cute and nice and wholesome. I like it's also Nami's buying something for herself instead of for the village. It's a good scene. I actually did
yeah.
like it.
One thing though, I feel like it's scenes like that trick people into thinking this is good because it's like, all right, we get like 5 to 10 minutes worth of good scenes or like fun interactions between
Hmm.
the cast, and then like 50 minutes of fucking bullshit, and then like, am I just supposed to ignore the 50 minutes of fucking bullshit because you
Yes.
like
All
these
right.
one clips?
Let's go in order. Next is Tashigi. Tashigi is when live action Zoro starts acting silly, and I think she's a good place to start transitioning his character to being silly more often because she really breaks down his fucking facade in a way only like Nami, Sanji, Luffy, and Tashigi can. But they've already established the crew can't, so it kind of has to be Tashigi.
Yeah.
So I think that was good. Um, there's a lot of awkward stuff. Like sometimes, like the dialogue of them talking over the map was jank. And yes, I know I watched it subbed. If I thought the dialogue was jank, I went back in English and it was still jank. Her entering the shop was super awkward because she's coming back to get her sword, but she busts in like she was following Zoro, and it's like, what the fuck? Whereas in the original, it's like, oh, it's another coincidence meeting. Um, oh, here we go, Puff. You know who I loved them adding?
Oh, who'd you love?
Bartolomeo.
But dude, like it makes sense because he was actually there. He explains in his backstory that he watched Luffy get executed, so that we need like 15 minutes worth of him meandering
Yes.
around
So,
Logtown talking with everyone.
here's the thing. He does like four things, and if he only did two, I'd be happy. But all four is like, oh my god, stop rubbing him in my fucking face.
I
Oh
know
my
they
god,
overplayed the
because
bit. They overplayed it and they
because
killed it.
Nami telling him like Nami flexing that she's a better thief than him is like funny. It's like, oh, his first interaction with the Straw Hat is non-meaningful to either. Um, the second one of him offering to bring Luffy to the stand is like, oh, to like scam him is like that's kind of funny. Like his first interaction with Luffy is trying to scam him. That's kind of funny. And then half good, half bad. Buggy telling Barto to join him because they match aesthetics is really funny. But Barto being scared of Buggy ticked me off. This
I
man is the
know.
cannibal.
He pisses on he literally he pisses on people when just to upset them. He's an
Yes, he will
asshole.
he
He's
will cut
crazy.
out tongues. Like if Buggy threatened Barto with a knife, Barto would like try to bite his nose off. Like I get it's a different character, but it's a worse character because Barto is over the top and funny, and that's why it's great that this over the top violent goon is so loyal to Luffy. Him just being this kind of cowardly bitch guy is like, I don't care. This guy likes
No,
Luffy.
I really
Um,
did not like him like talking with Luffy specifically because like him being a
they
fanboy
talked way too
always
much.
from like a distance like I think makes the dynamic we see in Dressrosa a lot funnier.
No,
And
like
like
especially the best scene that they added with live action Barto is when he just hands Luffy the hat like it's a crown. It's like if that was it, or like maybe
oh no
just
that
he leads Luffy to it and then he hands him the hat like a crown. It's like that's not bad.
yeah.
That like without words, you can tell that's the moment Barto realizes this guy's fucking awesome, and that'd be fine. But no, they keep shoving him in my fucking face. Oh my god! Have a bit of dignity.
But cheeky, don't you love Buggy? It wasn't Buggy there making everything cool. Don't you love him?
Oh my god, Sub Buggy fucking saved me. I would not have watched live action because I don't like Luffy at all. Sanji ticks me off because he's really out of character. And then number one, most of all, I hate live action Buggy
But he's so
so
funny.
much.
He's so charming. He's so
Hey
funny. And
shitface. Hey Dick Weasel, whatever the fuck he says. Look, it's the shit hat pirates. I fucking hate. Oh my god. What if we took Buggy, who is like Buggy is kind of like if Pilaf was violent. Is how I would describe Buggy's comedy.
that's pretty
Like
good.
he's very over the top and like maniacal and is actually violent, unlike early Pilaf. But it's like very like kind of stupid. Whereas this Buggy is like it's shit fuck.
He's a
Fuck.
has
I hate how much he cusses. I mean he's so fucking
he's a
annoying.
has-been hotel character, and like
He does talk like a has-been.
it's cool if you like has-been hotel. I think it's a cute show, but like I'm just letting you know, that's what if you like live action Bug, you like a has-been hotel character. I'm just
And I don't
letting you know.
think the has-been hotel character should be in One Piece, personally speaking. I don't like that. I don't think that works. Personally, in my humble opinion, it doesn't work. Dude, when he showed up with the fucking wig and the glasses, I was like, oh my god, they really think they're fucking cooking, aren't they? Most unfunny shit. And then they make Logtown's theme about like, oh, what does it mean to have a great story? But then like, what fucking story? Luffy doesn't do shit. Sloot will get Luffy. Okay, so that happens. Then Zoro. Zoro's scene in the shop is kind of what I would expect from a live action. It's abridged. They fucking speed run. The arm scene is done pretty much exactly how you would want in live action. It's really cool. It's really neat. They fuck some shit up. Like the shop owner doesn't have the line where he gives Zoro the sword and says like, "I'm entrusting my dream to another." Whatever the fuck is the point is. Swords represent the wills, desires, and dreams of their owners. That's why it breaks because Zoro didn't understand that man. That's why he gives up Shushui because he didn't understand Ryuma. That's why he gets to keep Enma because he does learn about Odin and he does want to protect the people of Wano just like Odin did. That's why he gets to keep his fucking main sword because he and Tushika's
Maruichi Momonji.
he and Kuina's dreams are perfectly aligned. And that's why he learns three sword style. The point is he needs to be able to carry another sword because he's not just carrying his dreams, he's carrying Kuina's. So he needs to be able to carry more swords. It's very good and cool, and that symbolism's lost. And it does tick me off because it could have. It's one line. You could have included.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing I missed most from the scene was the guy's wife, just because I thought it was a fun bit to end
Well,
on.
that
And
it's a
also,
funny
like,
gag
it's
that adds into the theme.
yeah, because like
she's the reason he gave up his dream.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, one like kind of like it's little contrived is like because it's Roger Celebration Day, they clarify that they're on high alert for pirates. And yet, the very famous East Blue pirate who is a clown and does clown shenanigans and takes over towns and turns them into circus tents is able to sneak into the show by setting up a circus. You've hey,
He was a genius. He's a master tactician.
they're the most incompetent Marines alive. Anyway,
Oh, one thing.
Buggy had
This is one thing I appreciate about the live action, that it helps me appreciate the manga a bit more sometimes. Like
it does. I realized things that I didn't realize I needed.
yeah, like Bartolomeo, when Bartolomeo shows Luffy the scaffold where Roger was executed, and they have that one shot where the like it's just empty and you see just a spotlight, like, like it looks nice, whatever, but like I really appreciated more in the manga when, like, you have all these people walking by not even paying attention, and then Luffy's like, so this is where the king of the pirates, where the legend was born,
Like you
and
still
died
get
and
the
all that.
cut apart, but in the manga it's one panel, whereas in the live action it's like
Like, yeah, but
grand transition.
that's what I think the point is, that, like, all these normal people who don't even care about Roger. It's been 20 years. He's just some big shot pirate who died back in the day to them. And like, again, like in the East Blue, a lot of people don't really care about Roger all that much. Like, if you remember, like, Ace's flashback, people just called him a piece of shit and a scumbo pirate.
Because the East Blue doesn't understand anything. So
Yeah,
like...
because like they don't know Roger as the guy who like went toe to toe with the guy who can make earthquakes, and the guy who like was the coolest, bestest, freest man in the world. They're like, oh yeah, he's just some big name pirate. I think he had the biggest bounty, so they gave him a cool name. Whatever.
Yeah, I didn't like
Yeah.
it. Anyway, Alvida shows up and a good thing happens, then a bad thing happens. Good thing is her slipping around. She looked like the crawler from like early vigilantes, or it's like you don't look like you're accomplishing anything, is what I said. But then she hits Luffy with her mace and he goes flying. It's like, oh, that's
Whoa,
funny.
blunt
Uh,
force damage, my one
yes,
weakness.
Alvida one shot Luffy with blunt force damage, which is to say, I hate this
We
Luffy.
should just talk about
I
it
hate
now.
this Luffy.
Like,
Okay,
I
let's get
remember.
out of the way. Here's why it's bad that Luffy's powered down. It's not power scaling. It's because of his character arc.
Yeah,
His character arc in East Blue through Baroque Works, ending with his Bellamy fight, and is lightly touched on throughout the series, is that Luffy is someone who has to balance the fact that he's a goofy idiot who loves fighting with the fact that he needs to lock the fuck in.
yeah. At first he's
Throughout
like a big fish in a small pond, and then like he meets Crocodile, who's just this fucking wall, and then he gets his shit rocked, and it's like, oh, fuck, the Grand Line's serious, right?
And then the next goon he fights, he one shots without hesitation in Bellamy. And you see Luffy struggling for that fun of fighting and having to give it up throughout his power ups. Gear 2 is on a timer. He can't prolong fights or he'll die. Gear 3 is a one use technique. After he uses it, he is in death's peril if the enemy survives. And then Gear 4, and then all the Gear 4s, he looks like an angry deity. It's all rage, no fun. And he's also on a timer again. And then Gear 5 is like the ultimate rectification of that. He's having fun fighting again. He gets to have fun. Luffy gets to be happy.
You know,
Like you see it, like in Wano, when he gets to sumo wrestle, he's so happy. He's so happy.
and
or like or like look at when he fights Lucci pre-time skip to post-time skip. He gets to have fun fighting Lucci because even if it's serious and important, Luffy loves fighting.
yeah. Well, like I feel like the more immediate problem is just like the dynamics of the crew, because like honest to God, like if you didn't like read the manga or watch the anime, I think you would assume that like Luffy's like the third or fourth strongest guy in the Straw Hats, and he just
You're
got
like,
like
yeah,
he's
Zoro and
just like he
Sanji are stronger
like
than
him
him.
being Arlong was like a fucking fluke or something.
Yeah, well, I mean, he literally says he's weaker than Arlong.
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, I can't. I'm not stronger than you." But and Arlong beats him by punching him in the fucking gut. Because
Yeah.
yeah, like that's the thing is like that's also why the Grand Line is kind of interesting because we see ourselves getting lucky. Smoker, the entrance to the Grand Line would have fucked us up, but we got saved. Laboon is stronger than Luffy, but he's an ally. Dory and Broggy are stronger than Luffy, but they're allies, and it's like, oh, things are getting kind of dicey. Or we go to Drum, where it's like, oh, Dalton's pretty strong too, but we're not fighting him thankfully. And then we get to the arc where Luffy actually does have to fight the strong guy on the island. And he fucking loses. And it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, I remember I saw like a tweet that was like, "Oh, now finally One Piece fans understand how like book fans feel seeing your characters underpowered." It's like, no, that's not what this is about. This isn't about the Hulk going from a galaxy buster to a city buster because the constraints of live action.
It'd be
This
like if
is
the Hulk was physically weaker than Captain America.
Yeah, no, it'd be like if fucking Captain America was like as strong as Thor and they were supposed to be relative and equals. It's like, no, they're not. That's not that throws off the
That's not the
dynamic of the
point
group.
of
Like
the
I
character.
know, because like the whole idea is that like Thor and Hulk are like the two heavy hitters, and that's why Thor like has like the only person willing to appreciate Hulk's strength, or everyone else is afraid of him because he comes from a big strong warrior culture, and also he's the only one who can handle like roughhousing with him. And then Captain America is supposed to be underpowered because he's supposed to be the heart of the group who has trouble reining everyone else in because he's not as strong as everyone else. And the
And
same
then
thing is
like
happening
being
with the live action, but because they're not writing around that, they're expect they wrote an underpowered protagonist, but they expect me to treat him like he is still that overpowered
no, they
main
expect me to
character
have
gonna
my
save the
they're trying
day.
to have their cake and eat it too. What I think of is like early on, Luffy was so weak in the first few episodes. You and I said that when he was interrogating Vivi privately and we saw the knife, we're straight up like, Vivi could kill Luffy. Vivi could beat Luffy. From everything I've seen, she could. And I stood by that. And then Luffy continued to be a bitch. We get to Whiskey Peak and actually broke us. Luffy punches the plastic window on the car, and you hear a plastic dunk, and you're like, "Oh my god, he's weaker than me." Oh my god, he's weaker than me. And then you get to And then you continue that with Little Garden, where a fucking candle on his arm is like, I can't move. What do I do? So it's like, okay, this Luffy is consistently very weak. Okay, sure. He's also not smart because in the manga, he intentionally uses the candle shackles to defeat Mr. Three, whereas in the live action, it was sheer luck that Mr. Three happened to break his sword on his candle and then Luffy could attack him. So he's dumber at fighting and weaker. But then we get to Drum, and he climbs the mountain. And this is a scene where they want to pretend they have OG Luffy, which is to say, one, he does the impossible feat, but in the build up to it, Luffy says, I'm going to go do the thing. And like they tell him it's dangerous, but they still let him do it. And it's like, why? Why are you letting this Luffy do it? This man can't do anything. This man's so fucking weak.
I know, and again, even this version, he's not immune to blunt force damage. If he falls, he's fucking dead. He's dying.
What I like is in the manga, the only person who's worried about Luffy's safety is Vivi because she doesn't know him that well. Whereas everyone else is like, Nami's gonna die, dude. If you do this, like, no one is questioning Luffy's capability. They're worried about They're worried about Nami. Everyone knows Luffy can do it. Whereas, and also adding into that is like, I remember we pointed out on Whiskey Peak, Luffy was wearing pants, which pissed me off because in Drum he has a joke that shorts and sandals are his police, his policy, and I get the sandals cut. That's fair, but not the shorts cut. But then we get to Drum, and when he's climbing the mountain, he's wearing a short sleeve shirt and his shorts because that's what he did in the manga because it made it such a powerful scene that Luffy is this fucking summer ready for a day on the beach dressed fuck climbing a frigid mountain. But in the live action, it's like this guy knows what pants are. This guy knows what coats are. Why isn't he wearing them? And the answer is there's no good reason in live action. He's doing it because it's what manga Luffy did. But this isn't manga Luffy. This is live action Luffy.
And
It's
again, it has
it's
like a ripple
nonsense.
effect where, like, like all these other little things get affected. Like, the whole line about, like, Sanji doesn't say it in this version, but in the manga, Sanji said, like, oh yeah, Chopper, you think you're a monster? Well, Luffy's a monster too, because, not only is he a rubber manuated elf, he's also insanely strong. He has no reason to be afraid of anything. He's this fearless guy who will fight anyone, and he'll usually and thus far he's beaten everyone. So he would have absolutely no reason to be afraid of Chopper.
No,
but in this version, I'm convinced that Chopper could beat the fuck out of Luffy.
Yes. No, because this Luffy is like, because like manga Luffy is like a force of nature. Mr. Three makes a million clones and he beats them through sheer instinct. He's an animal. Or like when Luffy says, even without a devil fruit, even when I had a devil fruit and Ace didn't, I couldn't beat Ace. And they say, oh, the monster's brother is a bigger monster. And it's like, it's not just that he's rubber, it's that he is so fucking strong. Like, this is a shonen. This is a shonen power fantasy. And my shonen power fantasy is that Luffy is this knuckleheaded idiot who can punch the corrupt dictator. This Luffy isn't strong enough for that. So when he fights Waffle, one, he needs Vivi's help, which is hilarious. And two, even with Vivi's help, I don't believe this Luffy is strong enough to beat Wapple. Like, I'm watching it, and it feels like based on how strong they've made him surviving the cannon shot felt like plot armor. It's like, how is he fine? Alvida one-shot him. How is he tanking that cannon?
Dude, Alvida was just that strong, bro, and that means we got a Nami upskill because Nami blocked a bunch of shots from Alvida.
Hell yeah. So,
dude, does that make Nami stronger than Luffy in this version if you want to get fucking nerdy about it?
She's absolutely, it's infuriating. It's so bad. Anyway, back to Logtown, now that we've established that they ruined Luffy. Let's see here. Oh, Nami beats Alvida by knowing how her fruit works, even though Alvida was not slipping around when fighting Nami, so that's a plot hole.
I guess like she saw her stick like hit her cheek and be like, oh, everything slips off of her. That means I know.
That's a pretty fucking bold assumption.
Yeah, dude, she had like a fucking like 3,000 IQ moment. The math was flying through her head and be like, I know how to beat you.
Luffy's I'm dead was really awkward because like while Luffy and Roger both laughed, the big thing was their big smile and then like a kind of haha chuckle after. In this, one, he kind of looks like he's gonna cry, and two, he's laughing like a psychopath. So this doesn't feel like a man laughing because he lived a wonderful life even in the face of death. that he's dying prematurely. This feels like a man having a mental breakdown when he dies. It doesn't feel grand and shocking. It feels like this poor guy is going insane because he's dying. And it's like, why? That's not the point of this scene. If that's the point of this scene, why is Smoker terrified? Having a mental breakdown before you die is normal. Why is Smoker now chasing?
He's just like the Pirate King. Roger had a mental breakdown too.
Roger, dude, the scene of him going, Roger, when Luffy's. Anyway, then here's the thing of like how badly they fucked up Sanji and how instinctively I know Sanji. They're going and Tashigi stops them and says, "Fight me." And Zoro says, "Bet I'll 1v1 you." And they run past and I said, "Puff, shouldn't Sanji like get mad at him?" And you're like, "I guess he should." And I was like, "Let's check." I checked the manga. There's a scene of Luffy dragging Sanji as Sanji yells, "He's attacking a lady!" It's like, oh look, I didn't even remember that scene. It's just like that's what Sanji does. And then also on top of Sanji being bad because he doesn't get mad at Zoro in that scene, Dashigi, from what I remember, maybe we missed it, we're being dumb. Does she not call Zoro sexist?
No, she didn't call her sexist.
I'm pretty sure I checked in the dub. Maybe I'm just being a fucking in the English, not the dub. The Japanese is the dub. I'm pretty sure she doesn't, which is weird because like that's an important scene for Zoro because he follows it even in the live action at Whiskey Peak. He doesn't cut down a single woman from what I noticed, so they keep that consistent. And then to like add to that, it also because like we had this plot of like Tashigi's being insecure and weak and they're looking down on her, and Robin says people thought that about me too, but I'm super cool. You want to be super cool like me, Tashigi? And it's like, wouldn't the fact that they're both women and like kind of play into that if we actually acknowledge the sexism route? Wouldn't that like add to her insecurities?
Yeah.
Oh, Robin talking to Tashigi is also the first Yuri baiting the show does. We'll get a few of those.
Heck yeah. Anyways, I feel like they just like removed every disagreeable bone in Sanji's body. Now he's like lobotomized.
Yes! Okay, yeah, sure.
He's just a nice guy. He's just a nice guy who's there.
Because like he has this like kind of better than you attitude when it comes to Zoro. Like when he talks to Zoro, Zoro's like being all aggro and mean, and Sanji just is like we've only animals would do that, where it's like very clearly demeaning Zoro, but not
like he's
outright
just brushing him off.
Yeah, whereas like in the manga, Sanji and Zoro both break each other's facades. Sanji's facade is this cool, suave guy, and Zoro's facade as this
the strong, silent
cool
type.
Both break over the fact that they both deeply care for, but also can't fucking stand this guy. So, because like, not only does like Zoro like. It's like Arlong Park at the start of their rivalry. Sanji threatens to beat the shit out of Zoro regularly. In certain translations, when Zoro threatens to fight Sanji, Sanji's like, "Try it, cripple. You can't stand." Like, he's being a fucking asshole. But then we get to Arlong Park, and Zoro is like, "I'm gonna jump in the water to fight." Sanji looks at Zoro's half-dead body and jumps in the water. Sanji is saving Zoro's life. That's what he's doing in this scene.
Yeah, he was like, "I'm gonna save Luffy," and it's like, "No, leave it to me. I'll do it. It's too late. I'm already doing it."
Sanji is saving both Zoro and Luffy because he knows they can't do it. And it's like, that's the point. He won't outright say it, but Sanji isn't just self-sacrificial towards women, he is towards men too. Speaking of women, people point out that Sanji's not a perv in this. First of all, Sanji's like in like outright pervy scenes. The first two I can think of haven't even been adapted yet. It's him buying them the dancer outfits and then him asking Vivi to sleep with him. Those are the first like outright pervert scenes I can think of. Before that, he's just a flirt. Like, guys, Sanji isn't like staring at Nami's tits and getting a nosebleed in Baratier in the manga. That doesn't happen. Like, that's just not a thing.
It's a thing that gets worse as time goes on for him.
Yeah, he gets flanderized. And then, that's weird. And also,
he gets
like,
trained by Nami, is what happens.
Yes.
And then
also,
he gets the whole Okama nosebleed thing.
Yeah, and then another big thing that happens with Sanji is, he also just doesn't love women, because Sanji has the, like, love women, you should never touch a hair on a woman's head misogyny, which, certain female fans, Mel and T, love him for that. But in this, he's not like that at all. The two that people pointed out are like, we noticed this too, and then on Twitter it was trending. When Sanji goes to capture Robin on the Mary when she infiltrates, he's running at her with his arms out like he's gonna like grapple her or something, and it's like, what are you doing? Like, one, you're using your hands. Two, that's a woman. What are you doing? Whereas in the Sunny, he's pointing a gun at her. And the reason that works is because he would fucking never do it. It's just
Yeah.
in pure
Like
intimidation.
there's even a
It,
line where Usopp's like, Sanji, do you know what you're doing? And he's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. Because like obviously he's just trying to threaten Robin, and Usopp is telling like, oh man, he's not actually gonna shoot, so I'm kind of by myself here.
Yeah, because like we see something similar with like when Sanji fights Khalifa, he'll like pin her to the ground and like stomp his foot against her head to show he could beat her. But because Khalifa and also Robin and basically anyone who Zoro and Sanji fight where they lie and say, "I'm not a misogynist, I'm going all out," the women almost immediately recognize, "Yo, you are not going all out. Oh, fuck off." But in this, it looks like he's going at her with his hands, which is super weird. And then the one that actually got me is Whiskey Peak. Zoro's running around fighting people. We see Sanji and Usopp tied up. Whoop de doo. And Zoro comes to save them from the twins. And Zoro, I can't remember if he kicks or punches or throws. He sends one flying across a table, like through a bunch of glasses, and they shatter into her, and she hits the floor. And Sanji just quietly sits there, like do 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 do, waiting to be saved. And it's like, what? You should be screaming at Zoro. You'd be like, hey, easy with the ladies. What the hell?
The thing is, even the people who are like, "Oh, do you really want to be pervy in the anime when he's so annoying?" It's like, even I'm not convinced that you would like the story more if that was gone, because the fact that Sanji's annoying and he gets put down for it is probably something you find at least mildly entertaining if you made it 5,000 episodes into
Yes.
One Piece.
No, but like literally, the
Like,
fact
you
that
don't just
Sanji's
remove
watching.
you don't just remove icky traits from every character just because they're icky. Like, they're meant to clash with other characters.
Yes.
It's what's
No, and
supposed to
also
happen. But this
again,
Sanji doesn't clash against anyone. He's
no,
just a nice
and also
guy, kind of floating around.
the idea of the idea of Sanji watching like literally the scene is Sanji watching Zoro beat up women, and it's like that's like recipe for Sanji livid, and he's like do 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 do, waiting to be saved, do do do. It's like I hate you, I hate you, I hate
Dude,
you.
I'm not even
Nothing
joking,
about you
dude.
is correct.
For a second, I thought they were gonna change the Zoro Luffy fight on Whiskey Peak to a Zoro versus Sanji fight over that instant, but then nothing
I
happened.
would
I was
have
like, huh?
preferred that.
At least would have been funny and different, and would have made
No,
sense
oh,
given the
speaking of
context of the
Luffy's week,
scene.
we have to book it from Whiskey Peak because we're terrified of Mr. Five and Miss Valentine. It's like, why? Why are we terrified? If we want to do the whole it's too dangerous for us thing, put Robin in there. It's like, sure, we're scared of Robin. But like the fact that we are hiding in terror of Mr. Five is like, why? It's not like you've upscaled
They
him.
have like this
Usopp's still
weird obsession with making every fight like as hard and as like dangerous as possible. Because like, we need stakes. We need stakes. We need these to be stakes because this is the live
But the
action
weird
version. These
thing
to be
is, it's
stakes.
not like they upscaled them. They're defeated the same way on They're defeated the same way on Little Garden, where Zoro one shots Mr. Five and Nami and Vivi beat up Miss Valentine. Where it's like, no, so these two are still weak in comparison to the Straw Hats. It's just they're scared because they don't have Zoro or Sanji. They have Luffy. Who can't do. Oh, by the way, Egor's death scene where they just run behind an alleyway while he just goes, ah, lamest shit I've ever seen.
It was pretty lame, yeah.
Lamest shit. Also, I don't think he's dead. I don't think Igorom's dead. Um,
He's not supposed to be dead, but
no, it's kind of important he's alive. So that all happens. My fucking. Oh wait, we forgot something. We forgot something important about Logtown.
What?
Dragon.
Right, Sabo was there.
Not just that. Dragon's introduction isn't tied to the Roger quote, so Dragon now sucks ass.
Right, they removed like his two most important
Who
lines
are
from
we
there.
to interfere on another man's journey? Like they have notes of it because like Dragon's introduction is like, oh, this man is quoting Roger, telling Smoker to fuck off and respect this man's dream, and put his hands out in the wind and say, oh, you want to be a pirate? That's fucking great. Oh, ah. And it's like it's so interesting. He's so serious, and he's like he's tied to a Roger quote. That's already insane. He dicks on a Logia, and he does it all with like that's the thing. He's like Dragon has like a bit of jolliness to him, like a touch of whimsy to him.
Yeah,
When he
like
says
he's
like a
cackling,
pirate,
like, yeah,
huh?
man.
That's a good he respects and likes that Luffy became a pirate. He thinks that's a fun choice. Whereas in this, he just watches him, and then Saba butts out the door, and it's like, whoa, it's Saba.
Wowie zowie.
Why?
Hi, Sabo. I'm so glad
Why
you're
is he?
here. He
He's
added
here for no
so
reason.
much to the scene, man. I mean, like, his top hat looked like, dude, his
I
top
would have
hat.
preferred if they just canonized the manga theory that that guy in the top hat walking around is Sabo. That would have been better. Just have him walking around in the background. Who gives a
That
shit?
would have been at
Come
least
on.
more funny. Be like, fuck, was that Sabo, dude? Go back 10 seconds. Was that
You
Sabo?
pause it and you're like, wait, not crowbar. What the fuck is it? Pipe. It's Sabo. Oh my god. Like, that'd be funnier at least. Um, Next episode. Also, like, just again, minor, tiny thematic things that are weird. Saying "fight the current" when going up reverse mountain is the most nonsensical thing I've ever heard. You are following the current. It is because Logtown is about miracles, and it's like the reverse mountain is a miracle. It's a mystery mountain, as Luffy puts it, that is pushing all these adventurers together towards the grand line. You are embracing the stream. You aren't fighting it. You're trying to handle it.
Yeah, it's like
Just
somehow
tiny
against
minor
all
beats.
odds, even though there's like almost nowhere to enter this ocean, there's this one part that really wants you to come in. There's something kind of weird and magical about it.
Next, we have actually, we'll give credit for a good one. Luffy like mumbling to Dawn, "No, I'm tired," in his sleep. That's smooth. That's clean. That's good.
Yeah,
I got no
that
complaints.
just builds intrigue. Be like, oh, who's Dadon? Is that his mom?
Who the
Ooh.
fuck is a Dawn? He has a mom. What the fuck? Like, I like that. All that's good. And like, if we never meet it again, I am fan serviced. I like Luffy talking about Dawn in any context
Hell
because he
yeah.
needs to do it more. Let's see. Oh, so overall, they have to greatly change the Laboon shit because they can't do the island inside the whale. That'd be too hard. Makes enough sense. Sure, fuck you. Um, I don't like how quickly Luffy endears himself to Crocus. Like, Luffy just busts down his door and says, "I want to save my friends." And Crocus is like, "You remind me of him." And it's like, Crocus, he hasn't done
This
anything
is
yet.
what
Oh
anyone would
my
have done
god.
when they're. It's like, hey, you know this
Have
whale.
some.
Can you like give me a hand? Do you have any
Kid would
advice?
have done that. Kid would have busted down his door and said, how do I save my crew, you old fuck?" Kid would have done that. Like, if it waited till after the Joy Boy dance, it's like, sure, fuck it, why not? Sure, fuck it. Speaking of which, I do have the very minor. I think it's like a. I think this is like one of the only times they're working with the fact that they've made a weak Luffy, and this weak Luffy is a passive little piss baby who can't do anything. So he has to calm Laboon by singing to him. It's like, that's great. Luffy loves singing. He's very jolly. It ties into his pirate love, and it connects to Laboon. That is a acceptable resolution.
Yeah.
I get it. It works with the Luffy they've made. Um, that said, that's not the Nika dance. That's not how it goes. We literally have a clip from the anime of Kuma showing Bonnie how to do the don da 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 don da da. It's not marching. You're not just marching. You're hopping to the beat.
Yeah. One
It's
leg
not a
up,
Nika
one
dance.
leg
Fuck
down.
you.
One leg up, one leg down.
So they didn't do the. Oh my god, Puff. We're 50 minutes in. We're on episode 2. Oh fuck.
Fucking hell, dude.
All right, let's keep going. Oh, I don't like how much they wave in your face that the Princess of Alabasta is missing, because like one fake plot hole is, how did they not know who Vivi was? Answer is that they keep their identities anonymous. But like, if the princess is missing is plastered all over the news repeatedly, you as the audience member think, oh, so everyone in universe is also mega suspicious of this. And then Crocodile is fucking stupid for letting Vivi get into Baroque Works. Still not a plot hole because again they didn't see your face, but it makes you more suspicious. Oh, the way I described it is because in the manga, Luffy punches Laboon in the eye for a very petty reason, then Laboon eats them, and I said live action has no agency, no comedy. Sanji being more scared of a fake corpse than Usopp was weird. Because like Sanji being scared of bugs and Usopp not is very funny. It's like a very like, oh, Sanji is like a very clean priss man, and Usopp is like a stupid kid who ran around the woods all day, so of course he loves bugs. And it's like a very funny juxtaposition that Sanji, this super rough and tough guy, is so scared of bugs, while Usopp, the actual bitch mate, is like, what is wrong with you? With like a corpse, it's like that's an Usopp thing to be scared of because it's a corpse, and that's tough, rugged Sanji to be like, "Don't be such a wuss. He couldn't make it out here."
Yeah, the thing is, it makes sense because Usopp was, like the weird kid who spent all of his days outside, whereas Sanji grew up as, even before that he was a prince and all that, and he probably like lived in a very
He was a
sanitized
chef.
environment.
He wears
was
a
a
suit
chef.
every day.
So you see a bug
Not
in the
live
kitchen.
action. That's what I see in the live action.
So if you see like a bug or a critter in the kitchen, it's like, oh fuck, get it out, get it out, get it out. Like it makes sense he'd be more jumpy with stuff like that.
Yes. Oh, also, another funny small thing. Sanji doesn't wear suits like at all. And like, if you want to say he doesn't wear them at Whiskey Peak and Little Garden because it's too hot, sure. Why is he not wearing one at Logtown? There's no fucking reason.
I know.
Logtown, wear a suit. Wear a suit, you bitch. Or that he never fucking smokes. Fuck you. Smoke. You little bitch. Smoke. um, let's see here, because like it's as we see also Sanji, he started smoking to look cool, but as we see in like Sabaody where he's smoking four at once, Sanji smokes more when he's stressed. So maybe have him. So maybe sure. He only lights it up sometimes. Have him light it up when he's stressed. That'd be fine. Next, what else we got? Oh, I like the Zoro uvula joke. I thought that was funny.
It's a girl whale.
Oh, Yorkie is a sexy man, but only in the Japanese dub. Because the actor is a very, very sexy man.
Dude,
But
those pecs, man.
the voice of the Japanese dub really like builds on it, and he's just the sexiest man alive. Joke that actually got me, because I do think it's a joke, because they know it's a plot hole, is cutting back in time and Crocus looking the exact same age. I burst out laughing.
I know. It's like, oh, dude, I guess Brooke was only lost in the fog for like 5 years in this version. Oh, well.
Like, this is what Crocus looked like in his 20s. He's always looked like this. I think it's funny. And then, okay.
He's 10, but
we
looks
see
like he's
Brooke.
1,000 years old.
I think Brooke is more tasteful than Barto was, but I have notes. I think they milked it. I think if it was just the scene of Brooke laughing with Yorkie and then you hear his yo ho 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 at the end of the song, perfect. 10 out of 10, no notes. But like they keep showing him and he gets like a solo with Laboon, and it's like, again, if we threw this through the lens of this is not a real story, this is fan service, of course they do it. But if we threw it through the lens of it's trying to be a fucking story, then the second we see that Afro motherfucker, we're like, oh, it's the Laboon guy.
Yeah.
I know who that is. It's the Laboon guy. Like, it's too in your nose. That said, I did switch to the English for this. You know, he barely did anything, but Brooke's actor seems fun.
Yeah. It's nice. I guess this is like actually a weird thing that this is the most kind of thought provoking thing that the live action has done for me is trying to imagine what I would want from the Wit remake. You know, the new anime they're gonna
Yeah,
make
like
for One Piece.
yeah, we talked about it, and it's like I would like to see Brooke, like the back of Brooke's head, and maybe hear his laugh,
Or
in the
like his
Laboon
silhouette,
flashback, but
his silhouette or
but
something.
and like I think hearing his laugh is perfect, but nothing else.
Yeah, and it's like because like they're
Or like I
obviously
want
like
to see like maybe the back of Barto's head at Luffy's execution in Logtown.
maybe
And
give him
that's
like
it.
a pog face when you do a crowd shot. Like I think that'd be the
Yeah,
best way to do
everyone's
it.
shocked and he's losing his shit.
Because definitely wouldn't want the Wit remake to just be like like just the manga like as faithful as possible because there's a lot of
Yeah, I want them
things.
to do some
Yeah,
things.
there's also a lot of things in the anime that in the Toei anime that I want them to keep. Like one easy example early on is Usopp has to climb a tree to talk to Kaya. I think that adds so much to that one
It
scene.
does.
Yeah, it was just like because like in the manga, her bed's like on the ground level. Usopp just goes to her window, and it's like, oh, but like having him do something like climbing a tree's not hard. You know, anyone can do it. That's why
But
Usopp
it's
can
like
do
this
it.
casual sense of danger that endears Kaya to Usopp, but
Yeah,
to
and
anyone else is like extremely childish on both parts, and that's like really cute and good for them.
it even adds a bit of like the whole like Romeo Juliet thing where it's just like Cloud's like, you're not fit to talk to Kaya. Like he has to put in more effort to talk to her, which is just again,
Yeah.
it's a little thing.
Oh, I made a "You're a good guy" counter. Roger calls Garp a good guy in episode 1. Luffy calls Crocus a good guy in episode 2. Oh, we joked about this. Luffy says, "Oh, someone used to sing Bink Sake to me all the time," and we assume Shanks. But Puff and I said, if they like flashed to a little Uta, we would give a standing ovation.
Oh no, that I would respect that. Be like, hell yeah, throw all the non-canon shit. If you're gonna reference everything, reference fucking everything. Why not? Go for
Yeah,
it. Do it.
have Garp be like, "I had to stop Bullet from breaking you out last week." Like, just say shit.
I would laugh. We meet Ray. It's like, oh yeah, have you seen Cheeky in a while? I heard he's living with up with Redfield
Yeah.
now.
Also,
Redfield.
again, minor thing about how like Luffy not being a fighter weakens the story. In the original, when Luffy fights Laboon, because Laboon can speak fluent English, as we've learned, or Japanese, I guess. Luffy says, I'm pretty strong, huh? And our fight's a tie. We're rivals. I need to circle back around and finish our fight. So we're gonna see each other again. And it's Luffy endearing Laboon to him in a Luffy way. It's a unique relationship they have. Whereas in the live action, Luffy just makes the same promise that Yorkie did. We promise to be back. We swear. We'll do it. And it's like I like the fact that Luffy puts his own spin on it. It's different. It's not the same promise.
Yeah.
Tiny thing that ticked me off. Um Oh, Vivi cuts herself out of her bonds because Nami's a fucking idiot and didn't confiscate the weapon she saw Vivi use on her.
Yeah, there's a lot of little things like that.
Mhm. Oh, Tashigi learns to disobey orders and follow her code before they leave Logtown, and she also learns to follow her dream before they leave Logtown. I think that one's okay because they're trying to like strengthen the Kobe Luffy parallel. So and like in the live action, Luffy's this dumbass who's like, "What's your dream? Do you have a dream? Could you tell me your top 5 favorite dreams?" So Kobe has to mimic that. So he bugs Tashigi into following her dream, and then Tashigi learns to disobey orders, which is weird because it's like that's Smoker's thing, but I guess it's like it's a live action. So instead of focusing on Smoker, we're gonna focus on Tashigi. It's like, you know what? Sure, fuck it. And then Puff, we get the first great scene.
What's that?
At the beginning of episode 3, Zoro image training with Mihawk.
Oh, dude, Schizo Zoro! I loved it. Oh, that was the best part.
Zoro hallucinating Mihawk is genuinely fantastic. Like at first, like, oh, he's image training, but then he like actually reels back when he's fighting Mihawk in his vision, and it's like, oh, he's a little off. And then, literally just during Whiskey Peak, Zoro looks over and Mihawk's like sitting in the bar being like, get your shit together. Or Zoro's being held down by Mr. Nine. And Mihawk is posing looking like a fucking cosplay picture, being like, pathetic. And it's like, I love it. I love it so much. I'm so mad they didn't. What we said is they should have included the Zoro swimming thing in Drum, but Zoro should have looked to his side and he sees Mihawk in a bathing suit swimming. And he's like, the water's fine, Roanoa. Is it too cold for you? And then Zoro jumps in after.
You have to practice your breaststroke. Like this is a fun new angle for the character. Fucking lean into it, but they kind of stopped, which was disappointing. But I'm glad they had the guts to put it in because it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is the start of. This is not good or bad. This is just funny. The live action's really horny.
Oh yeah, no, like this is one thing we both said about the manga and the anime is that we just don't find Oda's art style hot. So like when you see those outfits on a real lady, you're like, oh wow, hi.
No, that's why every time Robin was on
boy.
screen. No, like every time Robin was on screen, it kind of hit me. It's like, Jesus Christ, that outfit is insane, isn't it? Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe this is a good place to insert the clip where I was just like, the live action's so nice. Maybe it's not all that bad just because I was looking at Robin and then.
Maybe the live action isn't so bad.
Oily. He's so greasy.
With operation.
I can't not laugh when I look at it.
By the way,
It's so weird. Like his head looks like cleaner and brighter than the bottom, so it emphasizes his eyes even more. Like, am I imagining that?
No, it's how it looks. It's awful.
Crocodile.
And then immediately after, and then what happens is what got us is instead of this great amazing Nami scene where it's her adapting to, it's just like one chapter of Nami adapting to the Grand Line. She's like fumbling all over the fucking place, yelling at the crew to help her while Zoro sleeps through all of it. And it's like it's a great Nami scene, seeing her ingenuity and her adapting. And it's funny for Zoro because he's a useless sack of shit. Instead, we have the boys talking while Nami runs in and out the door with her tits out. And it's like, listen, it's hot. But it is a little telling that you replaced a really good Nami chapter with just Emily Rudd's chest. And, like, it's not to say they only fan service the women. They don't. We get Luffy and Sanji oiled up in fucking Drum when they should not be oiled up.
Dude, the fucking push up on Sanji's pec with the bandage, dude.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah, he has the tit window. Or just like Zoro just shirtless and flexing. Or like Vivi's shirt really pushes up her tit. It's a horny show. Like, this isn't like good or bad. It's just an observation we had. And I remember season 1 was hornier because they gave one of Nami's shirts a boob window when it didn't have one before. So this is consistent.
I don't know. I feel like, if I was being like honest, I think this one was hornier because A, fucking boob
No,
window
obviously
lift
it
up,
was Robin. Oh
and
my
B,
god.
Robin, dude, the fucking Miss All Sunday outfit on a real lady is like, wowee.
It's like Jesus Christ. That was made for fiction. Oh, and then we get my favorite part of Whiskey Peak, where we were listening to the Japanese sub, and Igadam comes up and he says, like Boko wa Igara poi or something. But then the subtitle said, "I am Igaram." And I was like, "Puff, that's weird. Why did the subtitle say Igaram when the Japanese said Igara poi?" And I was like, "Hold on, Puff. Let's check something." We switched to the English. English, I am Igaram. And it's like, oh my god, he's not using his fucking nickname.
He's
Oh my
not
god.
trying to hide his real name. He's not undercover. Oh my
And
god.
if you guys point out Igor poisoned for Igaram, that's the joke. Baroque Works are secret agents. But Mr. 3 has a giant 3 on his head. Mr. 9 has 9s on his cheeks. Mr. 11 has 11s on his cheeks. The joke is that that's the meta joke is these secret agents are pretty fucking obvious.
Yeah, and like, dude, this is a genuine live action Lion King moment, and that's embarrassing as fuck. Literally, the other languages, like the Japanese dub, had to fix the plot hole created by the original English.
Oh, another really good thing about the Japanese is they use attack names more.
That's nice, yeah.
Because you can see the subtitles not say them, but the Japanese VA very clearly is saying an attack because they love saying them. So I love that. Let's see here. Oh, I remember a great one I wrote. I wrote Whiskey Peak is they do this in Little Garden 2, which is ominous.
Yeah, they sure do love being ominous to
Where
build
it's like
intrigue
Whiskey
and make
Peak,
stakes.
they keep building and building it. Oh man, Eagledom's pretty suspicious. This place is pretty suspicious. That gravedigger's pretty suspicious. Guys, I think this place is kind of suspicious. Where in the original, the suspicion is not like it's just we see an island that fucking loves and adores pirates and throws them a party for no fucking reason. And you're like, oh, that's weird.
Yeah,
And then
that is
immediately
weird.
after, you see all the people meet up and be like, we're bounty hunters, we're gonna murder them. It's like, yeah, that's about right. You're like, yeah. Like the foreshadowing is the fact that it doesn't make sense that they would do this. Um Anyway, they emasculated Nami, and I'm very offended, like genuinely. In the
What?
OG, Nami is chugging beer with this fucking nun, and in this, they're taking shots. Fuck you! Have her chug a goddamn beer. I'm like actually annoyed. Uh, Luffy endears himself to Igaram before anything because in the OG basically they're forced to put their trust in the Straw Hats because Nami says give us our money and we'll save you, and they are fucked. Whereas in this it's like Igaram hears, wait, Luffy, you've been saving people, you say? And Luffy's like, yeah, and you're a good guy, aren't you, Igaram? And it's like, I hate both of you.
Dude, parallel to the carp scene. Oh my god,
It's like,
parallel.
so it's like, okay, so Luffy thinks Crocus and Igaram are good guys, and Igaram already likes Luffy, so it's not Vivi being flung into this crew of freaks he has to learn to trust. It's Igaram is entrusting her to someone he genuinely believes in, and it's like, yeah, fuck you.
I guess if I could say one nice thing, I did like the set of the Whiskey Peak bar and that one like sweeping shot and the establishing shot, the one and Igaram's like fucking hit it on the saxophone. I
Oh,
like
Igaram
that.
hitting the saxophone was fucking baller.
Yeah,
And I
yeah, yeah.
liked that Usopp was showing off the fact that like Usopp's skills aren't great for combat yet, but they're great at showing off in a bar. I thought that was pretty funny. Sanji manning the bar is like again, this would be funny if it was manga Sanji and he like kicked the chef out when he saw a cute lady. Like he saw women going up to the bar and he's like, I'll handle it, I'll handle it. Get the fuck out of here. But instead, no. Let's see
I guess
here.
I have to
Oh,
say
they
one.
included the Vertigo dance.
Right, I do, dude. If you asked me to bet money on what are they definitely gonna cut from season 2, I would have said Vertigo Dance, no hesitation. It's just like,
Because it's a weird one-off thing that like it's just a gag. It's like, oh, she did a sexy dance and it doesn't work because Karu's a useless sack of shit. But Karu's not in this, so it does work. But also, it doesn't give Luffy vertigo; it knocks him out. And also, they don't feel the need to restrain him because why would you? It's live action Luffy.
I
He's
know.
not a
I mean,
threat.
but I could take him.
um, I thought you were a good guy. I can feel you're a good person. I hate. Um, let's see here. Oh yeah, Zoro gets re-crucified. That was really funny.
I guess one thing
Mr.
about
9 seemed to already know who Mr. 5 was just by hearing an explosion, implying all the numbered agents kind of already know each other in this, which is so fucking weird. Our
whatever,
motto
it's
is
different.
mystery.
Dude, whatever. It's
Also,
different.
Nami
Yeah,
isn't
it's
greedy.
different.
She's a good person and only takes the bit. Like, her asking for berries felt tacked on.
No, yeah, it was definitely.
Like, it felt like they're like, oh yeah, Nami's greedy. Let's add this. Because, like, their Nami isn't. Their Nami is just a perfect, noble, lovely soul. And also, they fucked up a Vivi scene where, like, Vivi's whole thing is she's a kid shouldering way too much weight. And so that's the scene where when Igor explodes, Vivi isn't crying, she's biting her lip. And Nami embraces her because she can tell she's holding back emotions. And she says she's a strong girl. In this, Vivi's just full on screaming and bawling, and Nami just hugs her because she's screaming and bawling. And it's
Yeah,
like,
the thing is, like, this is kind of bad for both characters because, in the long term, Vivi's going to be someone
Nami's
who, like,
less emotionally
tries to do
intelligent
everything
and-
herself. And then Nami, it's like, oh, I identify with Vivi because I did the same thing back in my or at least she would have. But in this version, her hometown does all just hate her, which I guess makes it worse for her. But whatever, I don't even want to think about season 1.
Oh, also, Luffy can sense when people need help.
Yeah, dude,
just
it's
a
his
thing they
hockey.
established.
It's his hockey,
Mhm.
man. He's got that
Mr.
hockey.
9 being changed to like a conniving goon as Zoro cuts down all his men, but then at the end he's like, I won't betray my partner. It's like, bitch, you just betrayed 100 goons. What do you mean you won't betray your partner?
Nah, Vivi's hot, so he won't betray her.
That'd be very funny if that was the reason. Start of episode 4. Luffy says he doesn't run and hide. Yes, you do, bitch. You did the end of episode 3. You just did. Fuck you. Also,
did no one read this over? Like, isn't that a little silly to hear back to back?
No, that's Randy Troy's job. He's the script reader.
Oh my god. Thank you, Randy. I don't want to like blame Randy Troy's movie, but like it's so funny. We have this
job, but it is funny to blame him.
Oh.
Anyway, also it's weird because in episode 4, all of a sudden they're like, we're not scared of Baroque Works. We took down 100 of them. Mr. 5, Miss Valentine, they're no big deal. It's like, Luffy, you were running with your tail between your legs. Why are you all confident now? Also, what else do I have here? I had a funny one. This is just a joke. I got angry at Luffy's eating in this. He eats meat, but I think he eats meat less than other foods. Like, on Whiskey Peak, his big thing isn't meat, it's desserts, it's sweets. Yeah. And then he eats a lot of carrots. And it's like, this
hey man, carrots are good. Carrots are good.
Yeah, but Luffy's a carnivore. Just a small thing that bugged me. I said this. Zoro and Sanji on Little Garden are dressed like a pickleball duo, and I mean that wholeheartedly. In Zoro and Sanji's hunt, Sanji doesn't throw any direct insults. He just throws like shade. Nami loves adventure and begs Usopp to go on it, which is an interesting change.
Especially because 10 minutes later she's regretting it, which like, well, didn't you want this?
Because in the manga, it's kind of established in Skypiea that Nami doesn't really love adventure, but she loves adventuring with the crew because she loves the crew and they're her friends and they make it fun. Whereas in this, she's like, Usopp, adventure is out there. Also, Nami and Usopp's dynamic is really weakened by the fact that Nami isn't a coward.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Like, it's like in it when because like they completely fuck up the Broggy scene. Because in this, Broggy shows up and he actually is aggro. He steals their ale, he kidnaps them. Whereas in the original, he's being friendly. He's like, do you have ale? Come on, tell me, where's your ale? And then they switch to his camp where he's happily preparing a stew and drinking the ale. Whereas Usopp and Nami are like, he's gonna eat us. He's gonna eat us. We're so fucked. Like, they're finishing each other's thought bubbles over how fucked they are. While Broggy's just like, do, I've made some friends. And it's like, that's the joke. They are paranoid.
And also, like, it's another thing about Luffy being so weak in this version is that, like, the fact that, like, Nami and Usopp were the only two weak members on the crew for a long while, like gave them a reason to like really stick together and like like because like they were the two sane ones next to the three monsters who were willing to fight anyone.
Yeah. Oh, again, everything needs to be ominous 24/7 with Miss. What's her fucking name? Golden Week. That was annoying.
I will say this: I really love Mr. Three. That's like whoever was in charge of his costume was like perfect.
Making him like ghostly white was brilliant.
Yeah,
I like Mr. Three. They made him like they exaggerated his cruelty. He's like, oh, I will capture your suffering. It's like, sure, fuck it, why not? Who cares?
yeah, make him cartoony villain. He is a cartoon villain.
And then what else did we have? We got some unnecessary Elbaf lore. First, we have a very forced scene where Broggy's like, oh, these Elbaf meat buns. And Usopp's like, what's an Elbaf meat bun? And Broggy's like, oh, well, you see, I bought the history book here. So Elbaf meat buns are eaten once a year on our great on our great fast to celebrate the solstice. And it's like, Broggy, he just asked what it was. Can you shut the fuck up? Why are you talking so much? And the answer is to reference the manga. And then, worse, Dory and Broggy are doing an ale ritual before they fight, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because they're drinking their ale. By the way, the ale is not from the Straw Hats because it's humongous, meaning it's theirs. Meaning the Straw Hats aren't even tied into Dory and Broggy's comeuppance. Mr. Five just went over and snuck it into their ale when they weren't looking.
Good job, Mr. Five.
But then, the Giant's giant ale. And then they do a little ceremony first. Where it's like, oh, this is cool. They're doing a hoo-ha. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And it's like, oh, they're about to pray to the gods to fight them. And in Little Garden, they consistently either say the gods in general or they say God Elbaf. Because God Elbaf is their war god. When Broggy goes to fight after drinking the explosive ale, he says, this is for God Elbaf. You little humans can't understand our great war deity. Or like when Broggy thinks he's going to be executed on the floor, he cries and thinks to himself, Elbaf, would you really not grant me an honorable death? It's because he is their war god. And in this, may sun god Nika praise our battle. It's like, fuck you. Actually, fuck you. Why are you talking about the god of liberation, you fucks? Fuck off.
I know. It's like, God, did they not get the memo?
Nika.
Like this, the god of Elbaf isn't like
the sun, pray to the sun.
Like God Elbaf is not like a new inclusion that was just in the latest arc. Like no, in Little Garden they say God Elbaf is the one. So there's a whole pantheon, and you love referencing the manga. So like, why are you limiting it to just Nika now?
Yeah, reference the god that they actually pray to. Like they like Nika, but Dory and Broggy aren't exactly in need of liberation. It'd be like if it'd be like a story about two Greek soldiers who fight each other every day, and they love Ares, they love war hype, war awesome. I love Ares, and then they do a little prayer before they fight, and they're like, "May Aphrodite praise this battle." It's like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking? What?
Aphrodite.
What are you talking about?
Aphrodite.
It's like, may Hermes
the
give me
goddess of
strength.
love.
It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Sanji breaking that T-Rex's neck looked insane.
Oh yeah, I was just like, dude, all the budget's gone. It's left. It's gone. It's all over now.
Small joke they removed. This isn't. I think it's bad because I thought it was funny. In the OG, Sanji and Zoro don't know what dinosaurs are. They show back up, like they're talking shit. Sanji's like, you should have seen my lizard. And Zoro's like, a lizard? You should have seen my rhino. And then they bring back a T-Rex and a Triceratops. It's like these fucking idiots.
Not only is that not only is that funny, but also like, again, this is a fantasy manga. It's an adventure manga. These kids don't know what these animals are, and that's kind of exciting for them.
Whereas in the OG, Zoro's like, you beat a Tyrannosaurus Rex with a
You mean,
kick,
not the
really?
OG,
Like,
you mean the live action?
Yeah, in the live action. It's like, fuck you. Episode 5 started good. Usopp taking charge and like locking in so his friends got captured was cool and good, and I liked it.
Yeah, I think that's one like neat change they made was that they had it be Broggy that gets injured by the ale instead. And
That
it's like,
is meaningful. because it ties deeper to Usopp, and it's also kind of them playing with the fact that Dory and Broggy are the same person. So
Yeah, it's
it
not
doesn't
like a
matter if a
huge
different one falls. They're the same guy.
Yeah, so just like, oh, to give Usopp a more emotional reaction by having the one that he befriended take the fall. It's like, yeah,
Or at
okay.
least it's like an interesting thing. We're watching Usopp's perspective, not of his great one winning and crying, but of his great one losing. Like it's a neat change.
Yeah. It's the
I think it
type of
was
thing
neat.
where it's like, if this was in the manga, or then I think it'd be good. If it was in the manga, that'd just be
I
good,
think
I
it's
think.
an interesting change of perspective.
I think,
Next,
like, Usopp is the only, like, one of the shots that was handled well so far.
yeah, like them establishing that like Kaya is his homegirl and like a core romance for him, and then him immediately cheating on her was really weird. That was a
I
weird
think, like,
choice.
the thing is, like, I don't trust them to really follow through on a plot line like that, but, like, I do think it is really interesting to be in that, like, it is an interesting scenario to, like, write about, where it's like, oh, Usopp's like, yeah, I have this homegirl, but, like, I'm gonna adventure, I gotta come back with a ton of stories, and, you know, you only live once, maybe now's my only time to get with another girl, and also, like, I'm out at sea, and we're not officially dating yet, so it's, like, this weird
Yeah, but like they're not
situationship
going to address that
almost.
at all. They're
Yeah, I
not
know,
going to
like,
address that at
again,
all.
like, that'd be an interesting perspective to write about, but I don't trust them to write it about it at all.
Anyway,
The thing is, like,
Nami
I
says
remember when they were getting kidnapped by the two ladies on Whiskey Peak. I was actually writing a fanfic in my head, like, oh, dude, what if he actually got with the lady and then, like, accidentally knocked her up, and then suddenly now he's in the position where he might do the thing his dad did to him with a lady that he has no real feelings
what if
for.
Usopp had like Jon Snow bastard paranoia?
Yeah.
That'd be funny. Anyway, Nami says she steals from museums, which is like, what the fuck? No, you don't. Why'd you say that? um, then, Miss Miss Golden Week is Diet Riruka from Bleach. That was weird. Again, it's to be more ominous. We can't have the funny little girl who just paints and sips tea and kind of doesn't give a shit. No, we need to have her be like a fucking C-list horror villain. And also, her powers don't make sense. Her powers are straight up like bullshit. Because it's shown that writing the symbol puts you into a trance, and breaking the symbol puts you out of the trance. But when she's defeated, her paint is just flung on her and no symbol in particular, and yet she has a psychotic breakdown. And it's like, what? What
Yeah,
the
dude, there was
fuck?
too much pain there. All the overlap just made it go crazy.
Oh, also episode 5, we got a shot of Sanji's ass, and it was a great ass. Good for him.
Yeah.
Anyway, also, like, I get the joke between chains, red wine, and candle wax, haha, BDSM, but also, it should have been white wine because it's Mr. Three's house and everything's white. It should have been white wine. Next we get my favorite 1v1 in the whole series. Sanji versus Mr. 13.
I guess that's one thing we should have said nice about Logtown, is that Zoro versus the Bounty Hunters is like the best action fight they've done so
Which
far.
I think when we finished season 1, I said I think the best thing in season 2 is going to be the Whiskey Peak brawl because Makanu's pretty good at action scenes, and it was. Like,
Yeah.
again, it was kind of stupid. Like, they brought in the gunman second after Zoro already killed all of the melee.
I guess
which is
that
really
group
stupid.
of guys just wanted a chance to show off, like, can't watch this, we'll get this, you are.
But like overall, the action was very fun and dynamic. I like the way they moved around. It was all neat. And then Sanji fighting Mr. 13 is just fucking hilarious. The fact that Mr. 13 is stronger than this, so they have like an extended struggle, and it's just like a still shot. Funny. Half of it is off screen to not have to do the CG, but you just hear the sounds. Great, lovely, hilarious. No notes. I had a good time. And like Sanji just killed Miss Friday, so Mr. 13 is fucking avenging his partner.
Yeah.
I liked it. It was all good.
Yeah.
Zoro cuts his legs, and it isn't funny. It's just edgy. Zoro poses without the characterization. Because here's the thing, I very, very specifically love Zoro posing in Little Garden. One, because it's a funny joke, because he keeps negging Vivi and Nami. We're like, we need to calm down. He's like, yeah, you guys better be panicking. You're not going to die in a cool pose. And he keeps saying it over and over. And this is great characterization for Zoro, because it shows at the end of the day, Zoro loves looking cool, and that adds so much context to his bandana, his attack names,
The
his
stupid quips.
It'll chase you to
To
hell.
the
It's
end
like
of hell.
he's trying to look cool. And they cut that, which sucks because this Zoro is so up his own ass with trying to be a cool tough guy. I think the clarification that he's overacting it would really elevate him.
That's what it did. It elevated Zoro in the manga when that happened.
The Usopp fight was decent. Like it's not as good as the Blaze of Glory that is the manga, but like him challenging them to a duel is cool and neat. I thought that was fun. I kind of wish they played into it more, where it was like he uses the fact that they disrespect duels against them in some way, but he doesn't. But it was neat. Oh, the way Luffy punches Mr. Three's clones almost looked like a Snake Man reference. Also, I hate that again. This Luffy doesn't have the instincts of wild animal. He actually needs to like slowly chase him down. There's a really funny scene where he just like nicks Luffy with a knife, and then you see him like briskly jog away.
Jogging away.
He's just like trotting away.
It was a funny shot.
Oh, also, there's a scene where Usopp is like Zoro is like close brawling with Mr. Five, which makes no sense because Mr. Five is immune to explosions and can explode any part of his body. So, like, when Zoro grabs his arm, Zoro should be losing his hand. And when they're face to face, Mr. Five should just be able to breathe and then blow up the breath.
Yeah, and also, like, why the fuck are you trying to punch him? Just jump back 10 feet. Zoro's still stuck there, and you're a mid to long range fighter. Just shoot him.
Yes.
Just shoot him.
Dory and Buggy end their duel and then restart it, which I guess is like, okay, sure. Oh, one thing that actually got me mad is two things. One, Dory just sitting up and Buggy's face in the manga is so fucking funny. And two, like there's actually an explanation for why Dory's alive in the manga. It's he was cut with like a downward slash, and Dory's like, oh yeah, our weapons are rusty, so the slash wasn't that deep. But in the live action, Buggy stabs. No, Dory stabs Buggy like it's a stab. And
yeah,
like,
it goes in
I
deep.
saw it go in. It can't go in rustily. If anything, the fact that it's beat up and it's getting stabbed into you and pulled out probably means it's a worse wound than a clean cut. So.
Yeah, no, honestly, like, it's not a major thing, because, like, oh, they're One Piece characters. Like, I'll believe that they can take huge injuries, but, like, you made it for some reason, the live action made it less believable that he survived the thing when it should have been the opposite, right?
Yeah, also, like, Mr. 3 doesn't really shit on the Giants enough. We're like, in it, Buggy first of all, Mr. 3 outright cheats and makes Dory slip, so Buggy defeats him. But in this, because, like, in the manga, Buggy cries and, like, says, oh, however many fucking duels, several ties, one win, and he's, like, bawling his eyes out. And Mr. 3 shows up and says, oh, are you crying because you killed your friend, you stupid dumb barbarian? and he does that a lot. And instead, Dory doesn't even cry. And I actually got mad.
Yeah.
Because like, he's crying, not because he's happy he won. He's crying because he's sad he killed his fucking friend. Be sad that you murdered your friend. Oh, this is one thing that shocked me. For all of their little name dropping, they cut the Hakoku sovereignty line about
the red serpent soaked in blood.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, I thought like, wait, I thought this was I was surprised they just like, oh, this is just like the legend of the sun god Nika fighting the red serpent soaked in blood.
Also, another reason I'm happy we watched a Japanese dub. I got to hear which I don't get to hear in the English. I don't get to hear I don't get to hear that. Also, we get no. They do the keep sailing scene, and there's no aura, no sauce. It also doesn't make sense because they cut the fish in half before they sail through it. So go straight doesn't make sense. It's like, what if it collapses on them? Isn't it more safe for them to go around it? Because like in it, they ride the cut, and also they do it inside the fish, and it makes sense. Oh, they also try to gaslight me, because she comments that Zoro and Sanji are always fighting, and it's like, no,
the fuck do you mean they're always fighting? No, they're not.
Also, I don't remember the scenes, but I've put Yuri baiting 3 times so far, so I guess they've done it 3 times. And then Actual Puff, like, I was white knuckling, is this episode ends, and then pray to the sun, pray, starts playing, and I got mad. Episode 6,
choice.
Robin's in her Hot Water 7 reference dress.
Oh,
Hooray.
hell yeah, baby.
Unfortunately,
We're in the
Waffle
live
is
action.
Baroque
What?
Works
Wapple, huh?
Baroque Works is Waffle's financial benefit. No, Waffle is Baroque Works' financial benefactor. Why?
That's a head scratcher. I mean, like, I guess this is where he hit out, but like, I feel like this is kind of like A, Y, and B wouldn't have been more interesting if instead of hiding out in Baroque Works while Drum was being attacked, he like had to hide out with Cobra. Like, oh, he's taking advantage of his goodwill, even though he was
That'd be
like talking
funny.
shit about him earlier, and also gives them a chance to interact and like kind of set up why Wapple is a shit ruler compared to him. But then
Yeah,
they introduced this thing about, oh, he doesn't have a Delphi yet, which has this weird effect on the flashback, and like even like the scene where he slaps Vivi, it's like that's not as scary anymore. Like he was a monster with a Delphi.
They also
before,
did that scene wrong because in the manga, Wapple's walking by her and just like knocks her because Cobra told him he was dumb. Whereas in the live action, he charges at her and says, "Out of my way, kid!" and decks her, and it's like, what the fuck? Like at least in the OG, the joke is like he's pretending it was an accident. In this, he's just fucking slugging her. um, let's see, what else did they do? The Delphi change is super weird because what it does to the flashback is they've changed Dalton a lot. Dalton is not the pinnacle of a good man now. He's like this like really remorseful shithead who took way too long to realize the error of his ways. And part of it is instead of the reason Dalton can't overthrow Wapple is because Wapple could eat his armory and then fucking obliterate Dalton. In this, it's Chess and Marmio are too strong for him.
Okay.
Okay.
Which is like kind of weird because like if Wapple doesn't have his fruit and it's just like those two basically, then why can't Dalton and Chopper like 2v2 these guys? Like, well, what's going on? Is Dalton like maybe they like don't tell me if they underpowered Dalton or whatever. He fought the fucking like minions combined just fine. He was doing pretty good there. Like,
And he one-shot Wapple. The 20 MD had to put his head back on.
yeah, no,
Without
but
his artillery, Wapple was weaker than Dalton in the
yeah.
manga. Whereas in this, you have the replay scene where, one, we burst out laughing where he gets shot with the 3 arrows, and he's not defending a civilian, he just gets shot in the woods. It's like, oh, he did it on purpose. The genius. Then he breaks out of his bonds. He's like, let's go! Wapple, and Wapple right before that ate a halberd and turned his hand into a halberd. And then Dalton
Just
goes to
smacks
punch
him.
Wapple. And then Wapple just stabs him with the halberd he just turned his hand into. And it's like, the order of events feels wrong there. Shouldn't it have been, Wapple eats the halberd, Dalton transforms, Wapple stabs him and reveals the transformation, and it's like, oh, Dalton wasn't ready. Dalton was expecting a punch, so he ate it, but then it turned into a blade. But they like that would have made sense, but instead it doesn't, and it's like the lamest shit I've ever seen in my fucking life. We get Zoro's
I get
big ass
Dalton's
titty.
not supposed to be like the hero of this tale or whatever, but like kind of sucks that like he didn't get to really feel like he did anything.
No, he gets to show up at the end and fight the fucking clones, which are scarier than Wapple.
I know, the thing is like the framing made it seem like they were the bigger threat, and I kind of believe it because that's where Zoro is, and Zoro is the strongest character on
Yes.
this crew
Oh,
by a
I
landslide.
did see a funny joke, Puff. All of his fusions coming apart when he's knocked out implies if someone ever knocked out Wapple in the manga, Frankie would die because his Wappo metal would come apart.
Let's hope that never happens.
Oh yeah, what else we got? They cut more VV characterization because of course they fucking do. I fucking god, I hate them. I hate them. Wapple spits facts, which is really weird. Because at the Reverie, what it is in the OG, both to Dalton and to Cobra, is Wapple basically says, I'm evil and politics is for making me money. And then Dalton and Cobra get rage baited. And they're like, you fucking freak, what's wrong with you? And Dalton's like, or Wapple's like, in this, Wapple's the one getting rage baited. And like, I get that's supposed to be like more satisfying, but I think it's not. Because it's like, he's always been a piss baby. Whereas in the manga, the point is this little shit has been so smug and so confident. He's never had to fucking deal with shit. And then that's why the buildup is literally before the Chopper flashback, Luffy is halfway into punching him. So the first thing we see after the flashback ends is Waffle getting socked. And it's like, fucking finally!
Yeah, it's like
someone hurt him! Oh, also, because then Wapple kind of like light spits where he's talking about warlords. What does he say? What he says? What does he say about warlords? He says something like correct about warlords.
I think he says like, oh, we shouldn't have to rely on them because he's like, oh, Drum's fine, something along those lines. I think.
Yeah, he says something smart like that. And then like Cobra like soft quotes MLK. That's not good or bad. That was just kind of interesting.
Oh wait, no, that was about the
Smoker
Revolutionary
gets
Army.
No, yeah, about which is interesting. And about the uprisings in his own kingdom, which is interesting. Next, this is funny. Smoker and Tashigi get filler fights, and Smoker's is just fan service. Whatever, I don't care. I like Tashigi's.
Yeah.
They're kind of doing the thing of like, oh, we know Zoro fought Mr. 7. We know Smoker and Tashigi captured Mr. 11. Seeing Smoker kill Miss whatever her name is like, okay, whatever, I don't care. But I liked Tashigi fighting Mr. 11 because it's like, she wants that sword. She wants to confiscate it from him. It's her first time actually doing that. We get to see it. We get to see her following her dream, and it's really neat and cool. And we also, the choreography is really bad. You realize how good Zoro's actor is at sword choreography, and you miss him. But, like, it's a cool scene conceptually.
But, like, and they kind of, like, try and hide the choreography with, like, oh, the lighting's very dark, but then they have the bright backdrop so you can see the silhouette. So it's, like, it's kind of neat. And, like, again, like, on one hand, like they're cutting so much stuff because they don't have time, but then they're also inserting this. But, like, at the same time, them inserting new stuff is also, like, the most value they could possibly give. So it's, like, what do I choose to get mad at? I don't know.
It's at least, like, I think it's a good scene. It's because, like, Zoro versus Mr. 7 is just aura farming, but, like, Tashigi getting the sword is, like, meaningful. And then them interrogating Mr. 11 is lame because Smoker just, like, tortures him. Whereas in the OG, Smoker tricks him. Smoker's like, I know. Smoker's like, I know you're in Baroque Works. I found the orders in your pocket. And Mr. 7 went, what? I burned those. And Smoker's like, dipshit. I didn't find anything in your pocket. It's like, I love Smoker. I love him. He's such a smug little shitlord. We get oiled up Luffy in Sanji's tit window. Mr. 11's also the only person to ever say our motto is mystery. Oh, really lame thing when Luffy's climbing. As we already pointed out, it's bad and doesn't fit this Luffy. When we get the top, in the manga, Drum is like this beautiful white, like, fantasy castle. In the live action, it's this fucking glum gray building. It's like, I'm not excited that we reached this place. I'm not happy.
Yeah, it's...
let's see. Episode 7. Call Chopper a Tanuki. Fuck you. I like my notes. Luffy eats more vegetables in episode 7. Next, Chopper's flashback. It's just worse.
One thing about the Smoker Tashigi scene. This is one stupid thing they put in it. How did Tashigi recognize Sanji's voice when Sanji didn't say anything to her?
When if only he yelled at Zoro. If only he
had the line that he had in the manga where he said like he yelled at Zoro not to fight Tashigi, but no, he didn't say anything. So it's like, wait, you never interacted with Sanji ever. You never heard his voice once. So how are you recognizing that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's infuriating when their omission and then their addition ends up creating a plot hole. Because then it's like, well, this is entirely their fault now. This isn't about, like, them adapting in the... Like, it's not a plot hole through omission like Kuro and being alive in Season 1. It's a plot hole via their own, like, inclusions now, which is just bad.
Next is another thing is, so the flashback overall is fine. They actually did one pure fan service that made me really happy, Puff.
What's that?
Herlok humming Boku wa Chappa actually made me happy. Because it's so fucking specific. Because you just hear him humming and you're like, oh wait, he's humming Boku wa Dakta. Tony Choppa. And you're like, oh, that's lovely. Thank you. I actually did like that. That was good. And then small things piss me off. Like when Chopper says, that was my first fight. That was my first fight, Dr. Herlok. It's shit because Herlok didn't fight back. Herlok's too nice in this. Herlok's a fucking piece of shit. Herlok would punch the child. Adding to Herlok didn't punch the child. Another way they made Chopper's backstory less emotional is like lack of Chopper violence. which is we don't see his trek through hell. So when he shows up battered and broken, it's like, what did he do?
Yeah. Like, did he
Because like in the
fall?
manga, when Herlok agrees to drink it, you're like, oh my god, he understands what Chopper went through, and so do we because we saw it. But in this, it's like, Chopper, why are you so beat up? Did you fall? What the fuck? What happened to you?
Yeah, if you remember in the original, he ended up fighting his dad,
which is important.
Yeah, it's a big thing, but like, you know, they don't even like allude to it in this one, so he just shows up
No.
like, oh, I guess he fell, or like, you know, maybe a wolf
Yes.
attacked him,
And
maybe
then
the villagers.
on top of
that.
he doesn't punch Chopper. Even worse is when he kicks Chopper out. Is Mocha said this is the first time One Piece ever made him cry, and part of the reason this is so emotional is because of how far they go. Where Hero tells him to fuck off. In the live action, Hero just holds his door closed till Chopper leaves. But in the manga, they acknowledge Chopper would never leave. So they do two things. One, Chopper injures himself to get Herlok to treat him, which is so sad and emotional. And then two, Herlok does something extremely fucked up. He shoots at Chopper. He pulls a gun on him to scare him away. Because it's like he knows that's the one thing that'll work. He's crossing a line because he's not a good person and he wants Chopper to fuck off because he feels bad. And like cutting that just like completely ruins the emotions of that flashback for me.
Yeah. Oh, this is just a small thing. Like, it's not a huge complaint, but like, Hero could have killed Wapple. You know, he didn't have his devil fruit, and he was like 10 feet away from where he did the bomb. So, you know.
Oh, he absolutely could. He should have jumped forward.
Yeah. Just lunge at him.
Let's see what it says next. Let's see here. Yeah, I wrote Dalton and Chopper should just team up to kill Wapple.
Dude, it's so funny that Luffy is so weak that even though Wapple got his devil fruit yesterday, he's still way weaker than him.
Yes. Oh, here's another big thing. Why the tears, Dalton? In the manga, Dalton is full on bawling. In this, it's one singular masculine tear. And it's like, is the live action scared of men crying? Men who aren't Luffy crying?
Yeah, no, so that's one thing I like about the movie so is that's not afraid to just have them do that, even though they like to pretend that they don't. Like, oh, real pirates never cry, and then they bawl their eyes out whenever they have to, like,
cry.
have a tearful goodbye.
Oh, Drum Island being like politically fucked is like really takes a back seat, which is weird. Because like when Herlok rushes in, it's like, wait, why is he here? It's like, oh yeah, the 20 MD. It's like, oh yeah, Drum Island is fucked because Wapple isn't giving anyone healthcare. That's not really. It takes such a back seat. It's weird. Anyway, then the fight happens. Also, they give away Herlok's plan by showing the Sakura in the vial. Fuck you. Let's see here. Oh, Luffy during the Wapple fight says, Luffy when he pulls out Herlok's flag to look at it, and Chopper's like, put that away, and Luffy says, don't worry, I respect all pirate flags. It's like, you what?
I
fine.
I think that line's fine. I don't care. Whatever.
I think it's slightly silly. But right after we get a much worse line, I'm a monster too.
It's so much less meaningful when it's not Luffy saying Luffy saying, not someone else.
He's a monster. Luffy thinks he's cool. Sanji has to say, because Sanji is able to take a step back and recognize that Luffy is a Omega freak, and also he loves him. So when he sees Chopper, it's like, you know, Sanji's more emotionally mature than literally Luffy.
Yeah, it's like, the idea of, like, Chopper being a monster never crosses Luffy's mind once. He's like, whoa, you're a cool thing, whoa!
Well, it does, but not in the, like, scary monster, but in a, like, look, it's a thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's your new Pokemon I can catch. Whoa, come here,
yes,
come here,
pocket
little guy.
Monster.
Yeah.
So like just him saying I'm a monster too is like, why? Like the crew has such good dynamics and they're not here. Fuck you. So that made me mad. And then they give Sanji a much weaker line where later he says, let's be monsters. And it's like, it's weird because first of all, Sanji, did you hear Luffy tell Chopper he's a monster earlier? Because if you didn't, you should know that monster is like insulting to Chopper, and it's weird that you're saying that to him. But if you did hear Luffy say that, how? Did Luffy debrief you on the therapy sesh? How did you learn that?
It's also like, you know, like kind of I get like why they kept it, I guess, but like I also hate is that like Luffy listens to backstories now, and it's just
He
okay.
listens intently because Luffy will kind of listen, like to the Laboon backstory. He's half listening while he climbs a tree and eats lunch, and then through his half listening, he has concluded, "I'm gonna go fight Laboon." um, um, uh, um, for Puff, here are my Dalton notes in order. Dalton is a fucking bitch. He didn't get shot protecting someone. Oh wait, is he cool? Nope, still a bitch. Um, I wrote "Go home, Robin." Oh, Puff, I know what this is. I wrote "fuck you" in all caps. This was Sanji sharing his backstory with Nami.
Oh my god, that was so.
Sanji's nothing. Because
Why?
here's the thing, with Luffy, I'm mad because they've established he's weaker and needs to problem solve differently, and then all of a sudden they go back to him being a blunt force idiot. And this Sanji is consistent. He's just consistently empty. He doesn't have any emotional walls. He doesn't have any aggro. He doesn't actually like care about women. He's just kind of a nice guy. So this isn't Whole Cake Island where it's Sanji finally breaking down his emotional walls and helping Luffy be due to the trauma. It's just Nami's kind of sick, so Sanji just cries about his mom to her, and it's like, why? Why? You're supposed to be an emotional brick. And again, it's not like they changed him to being more open. This Sanji just doesn't have anything.
It just
He's
feels like such a
nothing.
random inclusion. Like it almost feels like
He's a shell.
it almost feels like they made the decision to strip away like all of his quote unquote problematic or like any elements they thought that would be annoying to viewers, and then like, oh, there's nothing left. Well, there's his backstory. Maybe we can just cram that in here again. It's like, well, I mean, we already had his backstory. We're gonna add a second one. It's like we can't really do that. There's not enough time, and this is drama. It doesn't matter. So we'll just have him talk to Nami about it, and he'll explain how it makes him feel. And it's like so lazy and.
Yeah. Puff, I put this. I'll kick his ass, said the man that can't break plastic. Fucking live action Luffy. Puff got kind of sick of me because I was making too many weak live action Luffy jokes in a row. One was he dodged a plant biting him, and I said, Puff, look, it's his best speed.
Oh my
Or like
god.
I posted this on Twitter too. I joked they can't do the Luffy Vivi arguing scene because Vivi is stronger than Luffy in this, so she's just bullying him.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Okay, I'll try and be nice. I liked the fused Waffle minions. They were fun. They were like Power Ranger minions. They looked neat.
they
I liked
were.
them.
I thought it was kind of weird just how much they brutalized the civilians, but let's see here. Then we have Kureha is also like more of a coward. This one I dislike less because it just feels like they're trying to think of a way to get her off the fucking screen so that they can do their fight. But like it's still lame that she doesn't have as much conviction anymore. Also, there's a line where Dalton like quotes Herlok. He's like, "When does a man die?" And Kureha gets mad and says, "You shouldn't be saying his names." And it's like, wait, how does Kureha know Herlok's dying words?
Yeah, like
Who the
what?
fuck told her?
Did he prepare it ahead of time and he wrote it in his journal or something? And it's like,
Did
well, how
one
do
of
you
the
know?
20 MD put it in the news? How did she figure this out? It's really confusing. Also, speaking of the 20 MD, they don't defect and save Dalton. They go and save everyone after Wapple loses. So it's like we could talk about this in season 1. Civilians don't get to have agency. Marines don't get to celebrate when Morgan is defeated. The townsfolk don't get to stand up to the Straw Hats who they think are fucking over Captain Boodle. Nothing happens. The civilians, the fucking chefs on Broadway don't get to fight Krieg because there's no Krieg. And Kokoyashi, they're all just fucking stupid. They're not secretly suffering on the sake of Nami's feelings. There's no agency, and it's continuing here, and I hate it. I hate the like they're literally just here to die in this. Like all they do is get brutalized. They don't. It ticks me off. Anyway, there's a line I think in episode 2 where Nami's like, "Don't worry, Luffy's durable." And then I wrote this in episode 6 or 8, Puff, when we remembered Zoro getting sent flying by that hammer in the Whiskey Peak fight, and then he gets sent flying into a roof again, and we said he's tankier than Luffy.
Oh my
Fuck,
god,
Rubber always bounces back. Marmio always bounces back. Yeah, Mocha, I'm sorry. I know it's Marimo. I'm being mean. I'm sorry. Because like rubber always bounces back as a core part of Luffy's character. This Luffy does not always bounce back. This Luffy's a bitch. Luffy being able to one-hand Waffle's mouth straight up broke my sense of disbelief with how weak he is in every other scene. Like him one-handing the mouth is like, I straight up don't believe you. Chopper Surf Dracula's his rumble balls.
Surf Dracula. Oh my god.
Oh, and then also, Puff and I burst out laughing at them trying to...
my rumble balls,
I can't hear you, but I'm sure you're saying something funny. Puff and I burst out laughing when they tried to do the flag protection scene, but because it's not on top of a castle, Luffy's like Spider-Man posing.
Dude, I called it when I saw it. Dude, he's gonna pose like Spider-Man up there. He's gonna have to crawl on the wall like Spider-Man and hang off of it, and that's what they did.
While I pull up your guys' comments, one thing that broke me was we switched to the English to hear Luffy say "shut up and come with us," but we hadn't heard English Chopper up to that point. So we switched it and he talked, and then we spent the last 15 to 20 minutes of the live action in nasally Chopper voices going
completely unprepared, and we were just, oh my god, it's live action Chopper. Oh boy, it's live action Chopper.
While I look for it, one thing I want to bring up is like the conundrum of live action fans are babies. Where like nothing they say makes sense. It's like it's approved by Oda. It's like, and then we learned that Oda was just given the audition videos, like short 1-minute ones, and he went off of vibes. It's like, wow, really approved. Also, Oda doesn't speak fucking English, you chuckle fucks. Also, Oda's writing a fucking manga. He's busy.
I know, dude. The thing is, like, if you look at IMDb, Oda will be listed under writers in parentheses based on his manga, and then nowhere else at all. And you think they wouldn't they wouldn't slap his name everywhere possible in order to validate the project further, because that would be good marketing? Of course they would do that, but they can't because he was not there for most of this shit.
Mm-hmm. Or like, I saw this. There's this really insecure thing where, like, when they want to praise live action, they're like, look at how it builds on and potentially even improves the source material. But when you say, fuck you, this piece of shit sucks, they're like, why can't other people just enjoy things? It's like, oh my god.
I remember there's like this one comment I saw that like kind of embodied everything I hate about these fans.
I know, I quoted it.
I know, just like Oda, they made it focused on fun. Oda truly made something special. It's like, A, he didn't make it, B, fuck you and your fun.
Also, adding to that is another thing that I tweeted about is like Sanji's rings. In color spreads, Sanji never wears rings on his ring finger because he's a flirt. And you know, if you wear it on your ring finger, it means you're married. In the live action, he wears the same big ass rings, but only on his ring finger. And it's like, are you kidding me? And a bunch of people are like, oh, are you guys just nitpicking? And it's like, wait a minute. I thought the live action was amazing at its attention to detail. One thing you guys praise it for is its incorporation of color spread details, like the color spread penguins in Kaya's mansion, or the color spread outfits on all the Straw Hats. But all of a sudden, when they fuck up a color spread thing, now we're nitpicking? Fuck you, is it good at detail or not?
Like, all they do is just deflect and deflect and deflect. They're just like, no, don't criticize my thing. It was built for fun. It was just for fun. It was focused on fun, okay? Oda made something special, okay?
Alright, Puff, let's go through the comments. Last one. Glad there's less marine slop this season. I agree, but instead of Garp following them, it's Robin. Garp ordering Smoker to go into the Grand Line was weird because it makes Smoker more of a bitch. Smoker is more of a bitch in this, and it is annoying. What was your reaction to Sabo? We laughed because I remember we hung on Dragon a little too long, and I went, Puff, there's a door, and you're like, oh no. Then it bursts open and it's Sabo.
Well, I clapped like, oh, it's him. I remember him, he's Sabo. I know that boy.
Someone pointed out how the way Waffle's body is animated is like a good contrast to how Luffy's does, and it's like, that's true.
Yeah, you know, it is like very mechanical and slow and clunky, whereas Luffy
next
just
we point out how until we learn the reason, Robin giving her business card to Vivi feels really fucking stupid. We can assume the reason is she wants the Marines to chase her, but it's like she gives this whole speech about Vivi's untapped potential and how awesome Vivi is. It's like, no, let's be logical. If Robin wants any marine at Logtown to jump Crocodile, it's Smoker, because he's also a Logia, but he has a sea stone stick.
Yeah, he's already a strong guy who has a good reputation. So if she was gonna lead a marine here, focus on Smoker. Give Smoker the trail. Unless like,
And
oh
if you're supposed to
she's giving Smoker the trail through Tashigi. It's like, why go through Tashigi at all then?
Yeah, especially because like she's praising Tashigi's potential, and it's like it seems like she's hyping Tashigi. Um, let's see here. I really hate the stupid inserted references to Nika, Laugh Tale, God Valley, Semla. It was all stupid. Um, Part of the magic of the manga is slowly learning the world. I agree.
Absolutely, it's an adventure manga. Like, let's be in the moment for a bit and not focus on what's gonna be 10,000 chapters in the future constantly over and over.
Mm. Also, we heard that Oda knows where the live action is going to end. My bet is Skypiea, and they're gonna do a light Nika, and I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Um,
I'll be right there with you, buddy. We'll do it together.
Also, like guys, it's not foreshadowing. Saying Nika is not foreshadowing. Like, did Luffy act like Nika? Did Luffy do anything sun gaudy on Little Garden?
Yes,
No, he was a bitch.
Shiki, if you read the manga, you would know that what the Luffy did to Laboon is almost like the Nika dance. So then you would have know if you were a manga reader and you already knew this was going to happen. Okay.
Mhm. Um, Live action Luffy feels comically dumb. I think he's dumb in a different way. He almost feels like he has the brain of like a 5-year-old.
All right, I just want to say one, I guess like not nice thing, but like again, if you're someone who got into One Piece through the live action, I forgive you. I got into Naruto through the Ninja Storm games. Just please admit that wasn't the best way to get in. Just please, if you really like the story, because like that's the thing. Like if this is your first exposure, then something like Smoker, having the scene where the kid's ice cream like lands on his pants. That's still a good scene. That's still
Even if
good.
it's worse.
Yeah, I know it's based completely off the strengths of the manga, but like again, it's still a good scene. If it's your first time seeing this scene,
Oh,
you
and
thought
then
it was
again,
good and cool.
all the sets look really good. They still have the critique I had where like you can tell when something is going to be a battleground because it's like this square box and it looks like a Pirate Warriors battle stage, but it still looks really nice. Sole exception is, oh boy, do all of the outside scenes in the Drum Island flashback look like shit.
Mm,
Again, limitations, but like it does look bad.
I know it looks kind of
We
like
have
they're
someone
shooting a
saying
commercial.
they like Sanji's character shift. He's so much cooler. He's not cool. He doesn't do anything. He's not a because like they're praising out. They don't like him being obsessed with women. He's not just obsessed with women though. He's also not an asshole. What I put Puff. Let me find my tweet. Guys, this is something you need to understand. Puff, this clicked with me when I was watching One Piece at my grandma's house as a teenager, as one does. And I was watching the Brody arc, and my grandma walked by, and she said, "Oh, it's that punk guy." And I was like, "Who?" And she's like, "Sanji." And I was like, "Why is he a punk?" And she's like, "He keeps saying crap, and he's smoking." And then my brain clicked, and I was like, "Wait, Sanji is made for a Japanese audience, and he's a teenager who smokes, says crap, and like cusses a lot, and has blonde hair. Sanji is a Yankee. He's a Yankee. He's a punk. He's a punk in a suit. That's the joke with Sanji. So he's supposed to be a foul-mouthed jerk. That's part of his like cool guy
But
aesthetic.
she's
You
not
see
about what
that,
he's
right?
supposed to be. It's about what they changed it to, and it's better because
He's
like
nothing. He's nothing. They changed him to nothing.
okay,
They
this
didn't
Sanji,
replace it
I'll
with
give you
anything. They
this.
just removed it.
This Sanji is 10 billion% less offensive. It's inoffensive and bland. And if that's good for you, cool. But I like it when characters have traits that will bounce off other characters that have traits. And this is missing in the live action,
No, it's
unfortunately.
like they didn't change Sanji. They just removed Sanji. They didn't add anything. They just took away. There's nothing left.
I remember
It's a hollow
the
shell.
one time I saw like a glimpse of character from Sanji that wasn't just nice guy was when he like very quickly and desperately ran over to Usopp
Oh, he
when the twins.
sprinted to
Yeah,
Usopp.
it's like Usopp,
Like,
get
I got a
us.
glimpse of real Sanji. um, Personal hot take. I'm kind of glad OPLA exists. While I think a lot of the acting is cringe, the cinematography for the most part is awful. It's somewhat of a guilty pleasure. The cast does have a lot of chemistry, though it's not shown outside of interviews. Doesn't that show that it's bad? Like if they can only act like the Straw Hats in interviews, that means the show sucks ass. Because that
Dude,
means the
that
actors
is
should
that
be
is
able
such
to
a
nail this.
that's such a crazy compliment to give, because that implies that the directors, the cameraman, everyone on set couldn't capture that chemistry when they actually rolled the camera, which is
Yeah,
really
so just
weird.
blame the director. Even Oda seems to enjoy it. Guys, I don't know why you think Oda has a higher standard. I think Oda has a much lower standard. Similar to how, like, a lot of mangaka, their reaction when their manga first gets an anime is, holy shit, they're moving, I'm gonna fucking cry! If I was Oda, and I saw my goofy, fantastic bullshit power series get a live action, I would cry. Even
And
if
not
it was
just
this
like
piece of
and
shit,
not just
I'd
like
still
a
cry.
movie, a second season for a TV series. Like, that's pretty neato burrito.
So Oda's not looking at it through the same lens we are. And also, even if he is, I don't know why people act like if the mangaka likes it, you have to. Tite Kubo is literally helping write the Thousand Year Blood War, and yet the Shinji Bankai reveal in it is fucking doggy dog shit compared to Can't Fear Your Own World, where it's hype moments and aura. People keep we got more comments blaming the quippy ass cringe dialogue on Randy Troy. Like, it's not all his fault, but he was a script reader, so
Like, it can't be all his fault. Listen, this is just an
no, he
art in
didn't have
joke,
enough
okay?
sway. We can't blame him on anything. Also, having Robin, who's run from Marines her whole life, voluntarily enter a Marine base, and no one really knowing her abilities might be one of the stupidest things the live action has pulled. It is really weird. Minor thing. Pedro's bounty poster is in Logtown as fan service, and it's like, Pedro? Why the fuck is Pedro's bounty poster in Logtown?
Yeah, it's like he's supposed to be like deep. He's supposed to be like in the new world, like far away from these blue. Why are they? Is someone looking for him here?
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. I did not like the changes to Miss Golden Week or Robin. Luffy is more innocent. I do not like the weird metal monsters with Waffle. Chess Marmio was beaten because of Brain Point. It was. I tried. I couldn't do it. I can't blame you.
Just try with the
The
Japanese dub next time if you really,
the addition of
really
Barto
want
may
to.
have been my favorite change. Again, if there was less of him, I'd agree with you. Just a little less.
Yeah, no, I do think they killed it and overplayed it too much. I just...
Someone wrote the live action felt like Randy Troy wrote it. Someone wrote, "You'll never believe this," and they said I just looked it up. He didn't write it. He didn't write it. He was lightly involved. I rated it a 9 out of 10. Oh, let's do this. I'll be meaner. I rated season 1 too high last time, where I gave it a 4. I gave it a fucking 3 or a 2. I fucking hate this shit.
Yeah, no, I gave it a 4 as well, which is on the
I
thumbnail of
give
our
it.
last
I
video, I
give
think.
both lower. I hate it. Highlight of the season was Usopp and Little Garden. I do think that was probably the most fun. Less deviation. This time we got short bits of Smoker and Tashigi. I think they were fine. Characters feel more detailed and choices feel like more natural extensions.
More
Zoro started with
detailed.
Mihawk. Yes. Like, the Zoro Mihawk thing is good, but there's so much shit.
I kind of have to stop at, like, more detail, because, like, maybe in some ways when they add something that was in the manga short, but then in so many other ways it ends up subtracting, and, like, I don't know. I can't agree with that for a second. Like, I get that, like, been a huge super fan for One Piece for 10 years, and a live action adaptation would never please me ever, unless it was a live action adaptation of Stampede. But
No.
but
I saw something interesting.
I really am failing to see the charm. I am. I think I am.
Someone said they never liked Dalton before now. In that case, you just didn't like manga Dalton, because live action Dalton is super different. I think having Usopp tell Vivi that he thinks she needs not carry the world on her shoulders is really interesting. It sets out their conflict in Alabasta. Boy, if they handled Egodom's fake death, they could have been set up even earlier. Let's see here. Mr. 3 is a better antagonist in this adaptation. Dalsmachian does an excellent job giving him some flavor as a creepy artist. I just think he nails the role. I don't think he's better, but I think he's perfect.
Yeah,
he's an argument against the idea that you can't have live action One Piece characters, because he's fucking perfect.
I know. Like, I think, like, for the most part, the casting was, like, the strongest part of the adaptation. Like again, like, you know, even I keep saying I hate these fucking characters, but, like, for the actors that they chose, for the most part, I think they chose as well as they reasonably could have for a live action. Like,
here I
like
do have
again,
one.
like that's just the thing. Like this production was an uphill battle from the beginning, like artistically, pragmatically speaking. Like it's fucking One Piece, the most cartoony shonen action series ever made, and you want to transfer everything into live action. That's gonna take a ton of work, and it's not gonna pay off in the end because it's
Okay,
not gonna be
let's
good.
see what. Wait, Puff. We have another thing. They brought up Sanji talking about his mother while caring for Nami while she's sick. That's so smart. No, in the OG, Sanji literally has a line that you could tie to his mom, even if it wasn't intended at the time by Oda. It fits because Sanji has a line where she's feeding Nami good food, and he, with a kind of glum face, says, "What I'm doing can only be called nursing. I can't heal her." And it's like knowing what happened with his mom. That strikes like a fucking knife, and it's not in your face.
Yeah.
But just knowing Sanji just glumly looking at someone, a woman in his life being sick and being like, my food would not be able to heal her is like, no! It feels so bad for you, Sanji. um, let's see here. The Giants and Heavy Point look bad. It all looks bad. I think the Giants were like a charming attempt to it. Felt like Power Rangers.
Yeah, I feel like that's like I'm glad that they kept things like practical pretty much much as they could, because then it just does end up looking a little better. Like the Waffle minions, I like them. They're good. Mr. 3 looks great.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Someone said they wish Daddy the father didn't get cut. I would have preferred that to all the Barto shit. And then
Yeah.
someone brings up a good point, which is the Viking funeral with Igor is weird because it's like Vivi not accepting his death kind of plays him better to her conflict and how she like doesn't want anyone to risk their lives and kind of like rejects that as even a possibility. So her like having a funeral where she like accepts that he's dead, especially when he might fucking not be, is weird. Um, I kind of like it a lot. Kind of glad they decided to go all in on it being a retelling of the story. It feels like a One Piece stage play adaptation. It feels like that
I
because
disagree.
no, it feels like a stage play in that the acting is so shit and the stages are so tight that it feels like you're watching a local production.
Like,
like
like if you ever seen a clip of a live action One Piece stage play or like One Piece on
those are
Ice,
peak.
which I see on Twitter all the time, like that sounds that like I would like a thousand times over. I'd rather watch one of those than the live action Netflix adaptation.
I got a comment I didn't like. Hot takes. I'm glad it's a gateway to get people into the franchise. Sure. I will say the anime and manga fans just need to view the live action as a standalone teen V show first, before it's an adaptation of the story, to judge it more objectively. And I said, objectively or kindly? Because it's objectively an adaptation. It's not standalone. I am judging it objectively, and objectively, it's fucking shit.
And
Not
also
really,
like
no.
again, like there are plot holes that they themselves introduced, not through omission from because they had to cut it from the manga.
Right.
And even if it was from omission, like again in season 1 with Kuro, why is he alive? Why is Axe and Morgan famous for killing him? They never explain it. Like that is still like if we're just ignoring the manga, that's still a plot hole that is there that we should look at, right?
Someone brought up that it's kind of nice they embraced how fucking weird Waffle's fruit is. I agree. I like that they embraced it.
It's better they do
Um,
than they don't.
Yes. Let's see here. They're bringing up a lot of the things we brought up. Yeah, they brought one thing I'm noticing is that everything is weaker and they have to do it indoors. So I think it's just weird because like it's not weaker to scale. Like Luffy is just weaker than Zoro.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I feel like the directors give Sanji more screen time for the fangirls. Well, I just wish they made him good, man.
Dude, the
I do
biggest Sanji
appreciate that.
fangirl on the planet is crying her eyes out right
Yeah,
now.
she is. I do appreciate that the new season went out of its way to make Usopp feel like he's actually willing and capable of handling tough situations. I feel like it's not very different. Like he has to lock in. Oh no, they're pointing out how they have to make up for how in Syrup Village he still felt kind of insecure even after, and his Chew fight felt kind of awkward. They're adding more to it in Little Garden is like a good catch. Yeah, sets look good. I laughed hard at Sanji's spinny kick. I liked Brooke. Episode 1 was a personal circle of hell for me. It was a circle of hell for me too. It's easily the worst one.
Oh yeah, no, Logtown was unbearable, man.
Luffy is too much of a goody two shoes. I agree. I hate how often he's like, "You're
I'm
a good person.
pirate. I'm a
You're
good
a
pirate.
good guy. I can tell you're a great person." I don't. People keep bringing up Nami. Nami's not great. She's literally they do this weird thing where she's too competent and smart, but also they cut her best early. They cut her best early Baroque Works chapter. Made me angry. Um, I feel like Randy Choi wrote episode 4. That's the one with Nika. Um, would be 10 out of 10 if Dorian Broggy brought up Loki and Harold for no reason. Harold, they'd at least have a reason to bring up, but
Loki wasn't born by the time they started their duel.
no. People view OPLA through a complete incorrect lens. People say it's too cheesy, but that's what makes it work. No, the acting's bad. Mr. Three's good. Luffy sucks. The manga is really goofy, and they're actually respecting the original source material by leaning into that. No, they're not. They're doing like, this isn't your grandma's One Piece.
But also, it is your grandma's One Piece because I'm a good pirate.
Yes.
Like it, like again, it's weird.
Action for adults, themes for toddlers. The show would be worse if they tried to walk an awkward middle line or tried to
I
erase
think that's
the
what
goofy.
happened.
They are walking an awkward middle line, but because the story is made by Oda at the end of the day, the emotions still work. Also, it being more like a theater play gives a certain vibe. Guys, the theater play thing isn't an actual observation. It's just an insult at how cheap and shit it looks. I get the live action includes... No, I don't agree with any of this. Anaki's acting makes Luffy feel too stupid. I don't like that he's constantly patting people's arms. He does feel weird. What else do we got? Oh, people brought up something funny, which is it's supposed to be a manga aimed at an English audience, and they don't engage with anime because they think it's a weird mix of Dragon Ball and Naruto. Young loud boy with stupid powers goes on a goofy adventure, but then the LA, by being very faithful, actually just is that. So if that stuff, the only fans they're bringing in are just people who hate animation. It's like that's not that many people.
Yeah, no, that's the thing, guys. About the whole like, oh, I brought in new fans. One Piece is the most popular anime and manga on the planet as of I'm speaking right now. If
With
you're
them
missing
cutting-
it, it's because you're choosing not to do it. Like that's like we're getting a
so-
small margin here.
Yeah, someone asked our thoughts on their omission of Luffy versus Zoro, or people's thoughts in general. I don't think it's bad per se, because like we need to speed run, we need to cut. I don't hate that. What I hate more is that they're scared of Mr. Five.
Yeah.
Let's see here. How explicit they are with foreshadowing. Yes, it's so foreshadowed. How did lightning break the sea stone cuffs on Luffy? Dude, Enel's gonna fucking obliterate when he comes back.
Oh no.
Why didn't Loki simply lightning blast his cuffs off? Is he stupid? Why is Robin teleporting? Yeah, we didn't see her land on her turtle when she jumped off the ship. What's going on?
Yeah, I guess like whatever she can. That's part of her. Like she only did it like learned how to do it. I think after the time skip or whatever. She has it now. It's not a major thing. Certainly makes their job easier because like again having Robin teleport would be easier to like show in live action than her like fucking making 10,000 arms and then swinging on it like she's Tarzan or something.
Yeah, not to be like an elitist, but a lot of people said like one thing they loved was Drum. And while I love his aesthetic, I don't like that he's whiny and a bitch. He's supposed to be a rage baiter. He rage baits you. You don't rage bait him. The actor who plays Luffy smiles way too much. It's not that he smiles. I think he like is a bit too toothy to try and mimic the manga, and it comes across awkwardly.
Let's see. It feels it's weird again because like they were never gonna capture like the original Luffy in live action because like the one of the like most base joys of reading One Piece is the visual comedy, and that was gonna get butchered no matter what happened, and a lot of it centers around Luffy because he getting big stretchy boy.
Yeah.
You were never gonna be able to portray him the same way, so they had to go for a different angle, and I think they like struggled to figure out one that would actually work, especially because like
people bringing up the UI visual for the UIS shit where the bounties show up when a character's introduced. I think it's cute in concept, but I think it doesn't work at all. I think there are other series where it could work better. I don't think it's working well here.
It's the least of my worries, honestly.
No, like it doesn't piss me off, but like it just doesn't hit for me. Like I'm not gonna be like, they better cut it. I'm sad they cut the bear bunnies and Drum. The Loppins, my beautiful Loppins. They should have made them all small. There's no big ones, just a bunch of tiny ones. Let's see here. This is coming as an odd fascination, but I actually think my problem with the show as a whole is more so season 2 is that it's too accurate. I agree, because here's the thing. Like, guys, I'm not like a fucking hater of the concept of adaptation. I think Hunter x Hunter 99 and the OG FMA are more interesting works than Brotherhood in 2011 because they're doing things.
Yeah,
A
they changed
weaker, more
things.
because a weaker, more sensitive Gon is interesting, and they cover it as such. Um, uh, and then FMA, the OG anime is like a lot more moody, and also like both moodier and funnier. So it has like a greater juxtaposition that I think is interesting. Um, let's see. I think a lot of the negative attitude comes from people missing that's like another comic book adaptation. No, it's not. If it was like here's the thing. If it was like a comic book adaptation, and we were just getting like movies of like the Straw Hats doing like live action original shenanigans, and they're like kind of out of character because it's a fucking live action, I'd accept it. But that's not what we're fucking getting. We're getting a retelling of the story. So I'm gonna complain when they retell it bad.
Yeah, I know. I feel like
Um,
again, like trying to make this a series and trying to cover as much of the manga as possible. I think was just a mistake from the onset. Because it gives
someone
them
said they like
so many
how
more opportunities to A, be boring, and B, just be bad. Like, that's why I think the best you could have possibly done was live action Stampede. Give me an hour and a half of cosplayers fighting each other. That's the best
no
you
the
could have gotten.
no here's the thing about the more I'm seeing it, people saying they like Sanji's backstory because it ties into Chopper of like failing to cure someone that you wanted to. Here's the thing, I think again, maybe it'd be better if they played off the manga scene, where instead, when Sanji does the whole thing of giving Nami the food, and he talks with maybe, I don't know, like Kurehan, he's like, I know that food alone can't heal people. And maybe he walks away and like pinches tears out of his eyes. That'd be better! Don't be so on the fucking nose with it! Because Sanji is a sensitive, it doesn't show his fucking emotions on his sleeve. Ah! Um, I hate whenever someone criticizes the LA by comparing it to the original manga, and then LA fans just call the people who do this purists. Yeah, it's the fucking OG. What do you want me to do? They swear too much in the live action. Chopper shouldn't say bad words. I agree. Chopper should not. My biggest problem is that I really don't like some of the changes they made to Miss Golden Week. I don't like them either. Anaki isn't god awful, but his deliveries fall flat a lot. I think that's fair. Um, if I don't recognize an actor's name, I'm not going to touch that. Sabo moment was awful. I didn't care for Robin showing up every episode. There's a lot. It's weird. We haven't seen anyone bring up how weird it is that Wapple is fucking Crocodile's financial benefactor. Guys, isn't that weird? Why is he doing that?
Like, does he want a slice of Alabasta?
But that implies he knows that Baroque Works is trying to take over Alabasta. It's like, well, does he know it's Crocodile? Why does he know that? That sounds bad. I didn't like
I
it.
remember one thing you said
Meanwhile,
is that like part of Drum is that like it's disconnected. It's a side quest. Like, oh, we have to stop
yes,
for
yes, I'm gonna
Nami's
bring that up.
sake. And like again, like that also goes kind of serves for Vivi's character too, because this is something very important for her, and she understands that these strangers are taking it, but also it's like, all right, one of them's dying, so like she feels more urgency than everyone else does, kind of in that arc. It's a small thing, but like
No, I think it's pretty noteworthy that the point of Drum is it's a side quest we're doing because we love and care about Nami. We are putting our adventure on hold to save Nami. Something that comes back up with like the time skip. Sometimes you have to put your adventure on hold
and I
to not fucking
understand
die.
that that's
But
still
then
technically
instead it's like,
true.
no, it all needs to be interconnected. I hated it.
No, it's again, it's the type of thing where like this is something that One Piece seems to be doing more and more as it gets like longer and longer. But like I do wish that it wouldn't be so interconnected, because it does make the world feel smaller at a certain point when everything has something to do with something else.
I think the live action is still like doing a lot worse than the manga ever
Oh,
fucking did.
definitely,
Because
yeah.
the manga connections are like loose and interesting. It's not like, oh, it's very direct. It's like, oh, this guy knows this guy who knows this guy who knows this guy who fought this guy who did this thing. Like it's very broad is how I would put it. Here, I'm currently uploading the fucking live action recording of us so I can
Oh, it
send it to
only
you.
took you
Warning.
3 days.
Well, to be fair, I also didn't record for 3 days. I'll take my dog on a walk after this, and then I'll send it to you because it'll be done uploading. All right. Well, Good night, everyone. It sucked. We watched 2 episodes a day. It was a week of hell.
You know, the thumbnail says 3 out of 10. Maybe we should change to 2 out of 10 if I'm not too lazy.
Lower it. Be mean. Be mean. Fuck this
Well, the
show.
thing is, like, I thought it might be funny to put 3 out of 10 because the last one was 4 out of 10. So it's like we go
Okay, yeah,
down
then we do
one.
season 3, 2 out of 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
And my theory that we go to Skypiea is right. That'll be the 1 out of 10. Yeah.
See, it's all planned out. We planned it from the beginning.
All right. Well, goodbye.
Good night.